Tommy's cock.
Let's beats with Recon, bro.
Knock your lights out. I can't trigger the sound.
Let's beats.
All right, well, I tried to trigger the sounds. It didn't work. I took Drew's call. It hung up on Tommy. Fucking Skype is a faggot piece of shit, dude. I fucking hate Skype, dude. The other thing about Skype that I hate is, I don't know what's going on right now, but every time I install Skype, I install the new Skype because it forces me to. Every time I install the new Skype, it's not there when I restart my computer. It's gone. I literally have to reinstall again. It makes no fucking sense whatsoever. And I hope that everybody that works at Skype dies. You know, I mean, I'm not even kidding. I hope that everybody working at Microsoft, especially the people that work on Skype, I hope that they get bowel cancer from eating the same fucking shitty meat from a diner across the street that the company keeps ordering for free for everybody. Okay? I hope they get poisoned. I hope the fucking assholes turn to a carnivore's ball sack, and they're shitting out chunks of black shit, and then eventually they're in the cancer ward. All right. Fuck you. Yeah. Fuck them. That's how mad I am. You like that?
Yeah, do it.
Drew, are you in a hotel room right now drinking Pabs?
That I am.
That's fucking hilariously terrible, but awesome at the same time. That's great.
He's slugging around a jug of whiskey and a 12-pack of Coke.
That's true. You know, I just went to the beer store, actually.
Nice.
I said to Leah, I was like, hey, you know, we getting some wine tomorrow night, you know, monetize this, and then, but I also said, like, you know, it's our girl's birthday on Saturday, so we don't want even a slight hangover on Saturday, so you might not even drink Friday. And she's like, yeah, I don't think I will. And I was like, okay. Well, she's like, I'd rather drink tonight. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, a couple drinks tonight. Well, I got to go to the alcohol store then. So I go down to this place called, like, fucking Paul's Liquor. Paul's Liquor Store. But you
Sounds
go,
reputable.
there is no Paul. Like, there is no chance in hell that there's a Paul. Like, there's fucking, you come in and it smells weird in there. And the guy's like, hello? What do you want? And like the other guy, and then like they're fucking the guys. You know these guys are on their like USB phone with the earpiece on. Like it's like, are you making deals? Like, are you trading stocks or something? Like what? Because they're always on the phone. They're always on the phone on the USB thing, and they're always kind of ignore you, but they hear you. But they're at the same time like,
Hey, come again.
Yeah, they're just like, they're saying something in another language to somebody over and over again. It's like, but for hours they're doing this. And I'm like, dude.
$6.95, I said. $6.95. That's all. Give me your money and please leave.
Well, they're busy trying to gain access to other people's computers while working at the liquor store.
You think that's what they're doing? Yeah, like, just go to your computer. Tell me the number. Like,
you thought those guys calling you were actually sitting off in some foreign land at a desk, but lo and behold, they were at Paul's Liquor.
Yeah.
Let's
Or
beast.
they're at a BP gas station or something like that.
Yeah, and it's just like, dude, but that blows me away because I'm looking on my GPS and I see like Paul's Liquor, and I'm like, okay, all these other ones are closed, but Paul's Liquor, okay, they're open, and I'm like, there is no way there was ever like, did Paul's sell this place to these people years ago and they decided to call it Paul's Liquor?
It must have been, but it doesn't sound like a brand name that would, carry a customer base. If you changed it to Apu's Liquor, I don't know. Are you any less apt to
see? Like, and that's the thing is like the Indian guy up the street who has at the other liquor store. He's actually really cool. And the weird thing is he doesn't speak English very well, but he's awesome. I like that guy. But the guys at Paul's Liquor are like very quiet and weird, but then they're talking a ton on their USBs, and that just makes me think like you're some kind of asshole. I don't know what it is. Like, I feel like they're assholes. But the guy at the other place is all like, "Hey, how you doing?" like and stuff. And I'm like, "Okay, that guy's cool." But the guys on the USB is like, "What are you doing?" Like on the Bluetooth, like, who the fuck are you talking to for 7 hours? I know it's boring in here and shit. I get that, but like 7 hours on the phone, who the fuck talks on the phone this long?
I don't know. I've got my earbuds in that long, but I'm usually not on the phone. I'm listening to shit, but I don't know. I don't do it while I'm working.
Yeah. I'm just mad at Skype right now. I want to see Skype burn in hell, man. I want to see these people fry.
Joe, I was confused what was going on because I'm like sitting there and I'm like, because you're calling me. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm already in a Skype call with Joe. Why is he calling me again? So I'm like, I answer, and there's Drew, and I'm like, okay, something must have happened because there
Drew
was nothing going
me
on in that Skype call. So I'm like, okay, so I muted myself in that Skype call, and I came over this Skype call.
What happened is Drew called me, and when there's no way on the new Skype, there's no way to add them to the call. You have to like take, if I take the call, it hangs up on everybody else.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, so like I just had to go over to Drew and then add you back here, and it was goofy. I'm going to try to trigger the donations real quick, though, so hang on 1 second. I'll mute you guys, and I'm going to see if I can get these to work. Super chat. Super chat.
Why the heck my pee-pee hard?
I know why your pee-pee's hard. Because you want some of Daddy's pee-pee. That's what it is. You motherfucker. Who was that? Super chat. Super chat. There they are.
Tomming 2010 hates women.
Oh, God. I mean, I don't want to start that again, ADTR. But, yeah, ADTR, you're right. We made that trend the other day on Twitter. ADTR, we made Tommy hates women trend.
Super chat party.
It was really fucked up.
So, Tommy, do you hate all women or just black ones?
Oh, God, no.
Wrong.
That is fucked
starting
up.
early.
That's
Fake
fucked up.
media, fake news, fake.
Why do you sound like a sniveling Urkel?
I was doing my press of Donald Trump.
You sound like Steve Urkel, like, the cheese. Frog Kid ADTR in the sense of morality. Thank you guys all for the $2 drops. What's up, motherfuckers in the chat? Are you fucking ready to eat my asshole tonight? Who's ready to eat? I know Dave Rose is. Seen him in the chat ready to eat ass. So, so Troy's on vacation. We'll have Troy back next week. And
he just had a fucking vacation.
Did he?
What the fuck does he do? Yeah.
He's a single
Wasn't he gone
dude.
like 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Dave Rose said it right. He's a liberal, single liberal who hates everything and works at a whatever.
A month ago, he was posting about being on the plane. He was taking pictures of fucking spaceships or something in D.C., I thought.
Dude, everybody takes vacations. Like, I haven't had a vacation in forever. I see people always on vacation. I'm like, damn it, someday I'll do that. But you know what? I feel like I'm on vacation right now. This is a vacation. Like, being in this house is a vacation to me. This is like, it just feels like we're on a vacation. It feels like we're camping in somebody else's place. It doesn't feel like home yet. So it's kind of amazing. I don't know.
So, Joe, has everything moved out of the old apartment?
It wasn't an apartment, Tommy.
Well, I thought it was like, okay, So
it was
just like
it was my mother's house, but we lived on like the back side of it.
Oh, okay, it was your mother's house, and you just lived on the back side of it.
Yeah, yeah. So it was like we had like a downstairs room, and then we had to walk through the entire whole house to get to the upstairs room. So it was kind of weird.
Mm.
So you'd have to walk like past, like it was just a mess. I don't know. It was horrible to live like while we were living. It was crazy.
So has everything moved out of there now?
No, I would say like the important stuff for the most part is here. You know, the mega important shit is here, but there's still a ton of shit there. Like there's a ton of kids' toys there. There's a bunch of my stuff. So I would say 30% of our stuff is here. But I would say that half of that other stuff that's there is probably just going to get thrown out.
So what happens basically in the midst of the move, you just ran out of money and you weren't able to move the rest of the stuff. Am I right?
No, we just ran out of energy. I was like, I packed the whole truck by myself and moved it. And then I packed a bunch of other shit in the cars and moved that. And so
well, if I lived in an area, Joe, I would have helped you out because me and Hamza have done some moving ourselves. When like living here, like we've done some moving for people and stuff like that with furniture and stuff like that.
Yeah, I didn't really hit anybody up. I could have hit my buddy Troy. I could have hit Troy up, and he would have taken a day off of work, but that felt weird, so I didn't even bother. And then my buddy Bobby's kind of a fucking schlub who just, you never know with him. Like, dude, for instance, right, his kid's birthday was this weekend. He messages me and says, hey, are you coming? His birthday's this weekend. And he, like, short notice, and I'm like, hell yeah, we'll be there. And he's like, okay. And then as I'm on my way there, his brother texts me. I was like, hey, you coming? And I was like, hey, yeah, we're almost there. But so the other day I was telling him to come out here, and last week at the party he was like, yeah, we gotta have some beers in the fire pit, and I'll hang out. I'm like, yeah, you can sleep over in the basement or whatever. I'll bring you home whenever you want. We can go bowling. You gotta see it out here, or whatever. And then so he's like, yeah, we gotta do it. So the other day, I also told him that my daughter's birthday is this weekend. I'm like, also, her birthday is this weekend. So he says, his responses are the weirdest fucking things ever. I go, you want to come out tomorrow? And then I said, Brenna's birthday party's this weekend, if you guys want to come for that. Or if you just want to come over tomorrow and I'll come get you. He wrote, not sure if we can make it. And then he says, his brother doesn't have his daughter that day. And I'm like, what the hell does that matter? What does that even mean? And then he writes, so I wrote, why does Jim have to have his kid? But yeah, you want to come out tomorrow? Let me know. Then he wrote, I don't know. And I said, okay, so no tomorrow or the weekend? And then he said, maybe Saturday. I have to ask my son. What are you talking about? So then I said, yeah, man, whatever you want, just come over, blah, blah. And
that's why I think the most appropriate thing in a conversation is, and when you're asking a question, is yes, no answers. Give me a yes, give me a no, let me know a definitive thing. I want to know what's going on here. Just tell me straightforward, yes or no. That's all I want to hear. And I think definitively that's how people should treat a conversation. People say, you're being rude. No, I'm being precise, and I want to know if I should be here, if I should take the time out of my day to come to your event. Should I be there or should I not be there? Yes or no. That's how. Yeah, that's how you should handle it.
It's just weird that he was like, what was he saying? I'm like, dude, what are you saying? Then he says it's too cold for me, but I can play NHL online if you want. Plus, I have to ride for at least today. I have to take a bicycle ride, and it's like, dude, wait a minute. It's too cold for you. Why are you taking a bicycle ride? Also, today it was 56 degrees out. And we knew that because I said it's going to be warm out. I just like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you human? Like, dude, my buddy is not fucking human. This is the guy who quit playing Xbox all of a sudden randomly, too. It's just like, weird dude. It's like, dude, you told me about your kid's birthday. I was like, I'll be there. I tell you about my kid's birthday. You tell me that, well, my brother might not have his kid that day. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Also, I'm confused.
I've got a friend like that he'll what it is they're trying to build a story. So when the time comes closer, they can go, yep, see, I got to have the kid, and the kid requires this attention, or we need to go do that, or we need to get him shoes. And the story builds from there.
Right.
And they're already building the blocks of telling you no. They just don't have the balls to tell you no. That's my opinion.
Right. Yeah, I don't get it.
Or if you tell somebody, I don't have the budget to come down to Atlanta, please stop pestering me to come see you. I don't have the budget to come see you. Ask your mother.
What do you want? What does Graham Hall want you to come down there?
No, it's the God of Cringe. He wants me to come see him and hang out with him again for 2 weeks. And I'm like, I don't have that kind of time. I have a part-time job I have to do, and I can't go down there for 2 weeks. Like,
yeah. Is he going to pay you?
Huh?
But
is he going to pay you? Supplement my income.
He keeps texting me on Twitter, the God of Cringe. He's like, I'm going to come on your show and stuff. I'm like, why? Why? Put me on your show.
He's been on Ken's show. Like, he's come on Ken's show, and Ken got pissed at him because he basically said to me in a message, Ken's too small of a channel. It's not worth his time. And I got really pissed at him, and I kind of chewed him out for that. I said, dude, you shouldn't talk down about how many people have subs. You shouldn't look at people just as sub numbers. You should look at them as people.
He keeps messaging me to come on my show like over and over again. I'm like, why? I don't even think I like you. Like, I'm like, put me on your show first, and then maybe I'll figure that out and you can come on mine.
Oh yeah, he finds some. He really, Joel doesn't do podcasting. He just does the IRL streaming and then does the poo news videos. Like I don't know how he would like put you onto a show when he doesn't really podcast like you, Joe.
Yeah. So there you go.
The only way I think you would collaborate with him is if you physically like went to see him and hung out with him. I think that's how you physically could like collaborate with him. But it's just
he doesn't have the mental capacity. He doesn't have the mental He doesn't have the mental capacity to handle Skype, is what you're saying.
I don't think he does.
He's jumped on Skype occasionally, but not a lot.
He's got the mental capacity for my cock.
The guy's schedule is like he's never home and he's wandering around and he does all sorts of weird things.
Let me guess here. He doesn't have a job, does he? Like an actual
YouTube
9
is
to
his
5.
job.
Right. But he doesn't have like a 9 to 5 where he has to be somewhere.
No,
job.
He doesn't. He doesn't have a 9 to 5 job.
That explains
how did he start YouTube though?
2 weeks.
Like, cause like with me, I had a regular job, and all of a sudden when I lost that job, we had enough support here that I kept doing this. But I feel like with him, he like collected government checks or something, and then took this as a part-time on top of that.
I don't know what he does. I don't know what his secret is, but
he doesn't make enough for this to be his job. Oh my God, I'm gonna kill myself. Let me fix that problem. I'm gonna kill Skype. Hold on a second. God damn it, I fucking hate Skype, dude. I fucking want to murder Skype. That keeps happening. I'll just end the show. Hold on a second. Let me figure out why that's fucking happening. Piece of shit. Why is this happening? Why? Why is this happening? Bro, I'll just end the fucking show. I had enough of this shit. Dude, I'm gonna fucking kill somebody. I've turned all the fucking notifications off. Makes no fucking sense. Yeah. I think I see what it is. Play sounds and messages. Like, it's literally the in-app sounds, play sounds for in-app banner notifications and stuff. It actually doesn't allow me to change that setting right now. Like, why doesn't it allow me to do that right now while we're in the call? Don't get it. All right, let's see if
Got stupid random noises.
That might have fixed it, maybe. If it didn't, though, fuck it. I'll go drink and hang out with Leah. Yeah, because I've had about enough of Skype for like the last 3 weeks. Right as we move, too. Right as I move into a new place and it's already weird to have to set up everything. And then Skype says, no, you've got to update. You can't use the old version. And, like, dude, I've been saying no to the update for 1.5 years. But my theory is I had an old version, like 7.17. I think Leah has, like, 7.28. So I think if I go upstairs and I, like, grab a USB drive and I copy her version onto it and I bring it downstairs, I think that will be all right then, because then it will work again. Because I think I had such an old-ass one that it wouldn't fucking work.
I mean, it's just a weird fucking system, and every update fucks with something else, from what I understand. It's
just like with YouTube, they change something and they make it worse.
Yeah, dude,
but it ain't broke, don't fix it.
It's so bad, like it's fucking horrifically bad. It's just ruining everything. Like you get a fucking. I've got a couple different sites to use, you know, but and Discord isn't helping because their servers are all fucked up, so it's like you can't hear people. But there's other things we can do. Like Zoom has been a place where me and Jake have used Zoom successfully offline, so that might be
Google Plus Hangouts.
I mean that's so old and cheesy. I don't know. Those are complicated. I don't like Google. I haven't used those since 2012. But,
so when you said it ain't, when you guys said that it,
fuck me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
When you said it ain't broke, don't fix it, reminded me of something from one of my favorite shows. And he's like, I guess he's like country. The cyborg's like country. He said,
I'm going to kill someone.
Who is calling you?
Everybody. I mean, who knows? All right. I'm going to
people, don't call Joe's show.
Yeah, that's not going to work, Tommy. That's going to make people call more. I'm going to Discord. Or fucking, I'll end the fucking show for all I care. I'll just sit here and ramble. Since this thing's gonna be gay as fuck. I'll just sit here.
Super Chat Party.
Tommy, why are you so nasty? Shave the pedo stash.
Wow, the sense of morality wants Tommy to shave his pedo stash. Man, you know what I want to do? I want to go get Debe's pussy, and I want to gobble that fucking thing. I want to gobble Debe's pussy. I want to treat Debe's pussy like I treated my last fucking... I almost said something so fucked up like that makes no sense.
Super chat.
Jake for champ. Let's beast mother liquor. Mama.
Yo, William Ritchie, what's up, man? Yeah, Jake, I'd like to see Jake become the champion. Monica is going to be defending her title on Monetize
Super
This
chat.
200.
Super chat.
Dave Rose, you want to smell my fingers?
I'm so old school. What's up? I'm so old school. I'm not sure if Rose wants to smell your fingers. I think you could get him drunk, though. I honestly think you get him on a drunken ramble about certain things, and I think you could make Dave Rose just all of a sudden be like, you know, okay, put your fingers in my butthole. Go ahead. And then they would just be like, wow. And then he would go with it. Then he would do it. He would go with it. It would be crazy. It would be so weird. I'm debating if I should just go up and fucking... I'm wondering if I install the Skype from Leah's computer, is it just going to start deleting it every time I start my computer like the other one did? You know? I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, Dave, I mean, maybe if we got you slammed, though, Rose, we get you slammed. And I mean like fucking beefcaked. We get you absolutely destroyed. Then maybe... I think it could happen. Well, what I can say is, since this show is gonna suck tonight, because I have no I just want to fucking end the show right now. I'm so mad. But what I will say is me and Leah's podcast is really good. It's up on Patreon. If you haven't heard that yet, that's a good show. It's really good. I am projecting my cock on you. Skype made the frogs gay. Let me fucking pull my dick out, make history. Imagine how I pull my dick out. I have nothing to say right now. I really just... I've had about enough of Skype. Had about enough of this. So... I'm ready to just fucking get ready for monetize this tomorrow night. Try to get Skype working for that. Monetize is 200. I mean, I might burn, my house might get burned down. I mean, who knows what will happen on that night. Let me see. I'm looking for the sex line calls. Yeah, here they are. Let me play my Alex Jones sex line call for a minute while I try to figure something out here. What do you... Things up. See, that's more... Hey, it's me again. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
This is what they do to me. They follow me. They ban me on YouTube. They ban me everywhere. YouTube. They MasterCard, PayPal. They take away all my liberties. That's what they do, man. You're the only way I can get off anymore. If I find a girl in a bar, they tell me, they could sue me for all kinds of money. So anyway, I've got a butt plug. What do you got on?
Totally. I have on just a t-shirt, and I'm just laying across my bed.
Oh man, you ever cuckold someone so hard they bled?
Oh absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
I love when guys watch me get fucked. Definitely.
Hell yeah. Say that. I mean, like, the whole government's against us. That's the bottom line. Is see, and the radio, the TV, and you can't speak to anybody over the regular phone anymore. You got to call these numbers just to get something across to people. Otherwise, they follow you. They monitor your calls. This whole world is CNN is fake news. Fox News. They can't trust anybody. And my ex-wife was a cunt.
Joe, tell her you're gonna take a bite out of her pussy.
Your ex-wife was a cunt. Yeah, I definitely agree with you on the news.
I wanna.
I don't believe any fucking thing.
Hold on,
I don't believe anything that the news tells me.
I'm gonna dig a hole in your in your cunt.
Oh no.
Dig a hole in my cunt?
Well, see, that's what I would have said to my ex-wife, but now I'm gonna say it to you because it makes me feel good, emasculated. I wanna savagely devour your pussy like a third world country.
Yeah, well, that sounds hot. I would love to see you try it.
Yeah, some guys, they talk about going to a country, helping out, giving food, giving things like that. I want to demolish a country. I want to take out your country. I want to make it I want to emasculate it, take out your people, especially if your country's full of brown people.
Oh my God.
How about that?
Aren't my people your people? So wouldn't you be taking out your people as well?
Whatever, it's all the same blood. It's all the same blood on the hands, and oh yeah, when I get there, I feel the blood. I start to feel good. I start to feel good inside. Oh fuck yeah, I start to feel American. Start to feel American. I feel like Donald Trump. I feel Donald Trump's blood running through my veins, and I get my nipples start to ping out.
Off to America.
I jerk off to the American flag every morning. I wake up, they're gonna try to take my guns. You ain't gonna take my guns. You ain't gonna take my liberty. You ain't gonna take my freedom. Fuck you. Fuck that. This is America. I will cornhole you. I will make you come. I will eat you. I will turn you into a fucking sauteed bitch.
I heard that. Right on.
Hell yeah.
Entitled to their feelings.
Hell yeah, you're allowed to get paid by me, and I'm allowed to fuck, because I'm a man, and this is our country. Listen, I believe in God, I believe in Christianity, all holy praise the Lord and everything else, but I believe in being a good person. I believe in giving a good deep fucking to the women, because that's what they want. If you don't please a woman, what the fuck are you doing in this country? I love it, and I'll eat it. I'll gobble.
A man is fucking worthless if he doesn't please a woman.
I believe it.
I agree.
I believe it. It's true, and there's a lot of guys out there. They want to play little potty boy. They want to play, oh, you know, I'm a little soy boy, this and that. I'm eating the pie. I'm going to make you squirt freedom. I'm going to make you squirt freedom. You're going to squirt my freedom.
If you have a rag on your head, I'll double cum.
And if you have a rag on your head, I will double cum.
What?
I don't have a rag on my head, but I'll definitely put one on so that you can double fucking.
It don't matter, black or white or Asian or black or white or religious. It doesn't matter what you believe in, because in America you can believe in whatever you want, and I have the right to plow your asshole like Weird Al Yankovic plowed a fucking baby seal.
That's right, plow that asshole like a real fucking man, right?
I'm gonna call you Gomer Pyle, and you're gonna eat through my diaper.
What the fuck, dude?
I want you to eat my diaper. Give me a diaper. Tell me I am on fucking ecstasy and fucking the best weed Madison, Wisconsin can provide. I want you to tell me this. Tell me you're gonna eat through my diaper.
Eat my Fermunda.
I'm gonna eat through your diaper right after you eat through mine.
Yeah, hell yeah, honey. I'll tell you, there's a brown stain there already.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You haven't showered
nice
for months.
Barack Obama is the devil.
My dick smells like camembert.
Barack Obama, all the
your dick smells like Barack Obama's wife's cock.
Trump right now. Fuck Trump. Fuck Obama. Fuck Obama.
Whoa, wait a minute. Oh, fuck all the presidents. Yeah, no, I'm down with that liberty. I get that. I believe in that. It's true.
Right. Fuck them all.
What have they ever done for us? Nothing. You know what I've done?
Exactly.
What I've done is I've exposed the lies of the U.S. government. Huh? How about Gulf of Tonkin? Remember that? I exposed it all. I exposed this and that. And the more I expose, the more they censor me. They censor me off YouTube. They censor me off PayPal. Now they're going to take away my payments. I don't think so. I don't fucking think so. They ain't going to happen. I ain't going to let them do it to me because I'm a man.
That's
you're
right.
You're gonna give her a red, white, and blue loadout down her fucking asshole.
Let me tell you this. I'm gonna drive to Green Bay, and I'm gonna fuck a couple of soy boys into being men.
I've got cheese stinkier than your pussy in my fridge.
I got
a real man has to give him some real fucking cock and make him know.
Hell yeah, you damn right. And let me tell you this. I got cheese in my fridge that smells worse than your vagina.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I would definitely have to. My vagina smells pretty fucking good.
Oh, damn,
it
man,
smells
I love
worse than that. Yeah,
I gotta take a shower
good right now.
I gotta take a shower myself. I gotta tell you, I am gonna take a shower. And the first thing I want to say to you is I'm gonna plow you hard. And also, you know, I know that you probably have a dad that slapped you around, but fuck it, I love you.
It's so fucked up.
You should fucking love me.
I should love you. I'm gonna beat you like your daddy beat your vagina.
Oh my god, dude, no.
How about that?
Oh no.
I love that.
About that.
I'm gonna slap you around. I'm gonna call it.
I fucking love that. If that's how you feel, then I fucking love it.
You're damn right. Listen, I'm gonna slap you around and call you Adolf Hitler's faggot. I'm gonna beat your ass.
Baby, what do you think about a gooch tickle? Gooch tickle time.
I'm a fighter. I might just beat your ass.
I hope you kill me. If you have the strength and you have the power, you're a tough woman. I love that. You're beautiful. You're tough. You're proud. That turns me on. That's what gets me off.
That's right. Well, I'd definitely get you off because I'd put up a fucking fight. So either you're going to kill me or I'm going to kill you. But I'm definitely going to put in that good effort.
Hell yeah, I want you to kill me. Hey, listen, I'm down with making love to the goddamn ground. You ever cut a hole in the ground and cum in the earth? That's when you know you're one.
No, but that's right. I want you to cut a hole in a grapefruit, and I want to watch you fuck through that.
Oh, baby.
One time, let me tell you something. I know a guy named JD from New York. I know a guy from JD from New York.
Oh, no.
He has a 1-inch cock. I've been told that he has a 1-inch cock. but I've got about 6 inches, and I'll tell you, man, I really feel bad if that's I don't know if that's a true fact, but if it's true, I feel bad for him because I've got 6 and he's got 1. What would you do? What would you do if I had a 1-inch cock? What would you do to it?
I'd fucking laugh at you. That's what I do.
Oh my God!
1-inch cock. Yeah.
Oh my
1-inch
God!
Cock, what the fuck are you gonna do with it? I'd fucking laugh. What the fuck is 1 inch is gonna do for me? Or you?
Middle finger in, 3 inches and to the left with a little
It'd
tick.
be hilarious. That's what 1 inches would do. If you had 1 inches, I'd laugh, and I'd probably tell my friends about it so they can laugh too.
I love you, lady. This is great. This has been one of the best calls ever. Hey, listen. You ever hear about transphobic arrhythmia?
I've heard about the trans. What's the arrhythmia?
Well, transphobic arrhythmia is when they place a metal, sort of like a conductor in your heart, and it starts to beat your heart at certain palpitations, and it begins to make you think via like a inner body Morse code that you want to become a man if you're a woman, or you're a woman you want to become a man, and that way the government can make money off your cutting off your dick, basically.
The gatekeeper approves.
Oh wow.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
let's just cut to
government and all of their lies.
Let's just cut to the chase. Let me punch you in the face and then fucking make your asshole bleed so you fucking fall on the floor.
Like Tommy Lahren.
You want to bleed?
Well, what I'm trying to say is I want to ride bicycles with you in San Francisco naked and make fun of all the guys walking their dogs.
Oh, that's no problem. Definitely. I have no problem with being naked. I'm fucking hot.
Damn.
Tell her about this
no
faggot you named Drew. Just say that you know a faggot named Drew.
Yeah.
I know this guy is really gay. I'm kind of jealous of the gay men, you know. I know this guy named Drew. He's the Drew gatekeeper. And this guy can take 7 cocks in his ass.
You know it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, like, does that turn you on? Or...
Yeah? Wow.
That definitely turns me on. He sounds like a woman.
He is a woman.
That's right. Yeah, he is.
His wife has no lips.
His name is Drew Barrymore.
He's got
no lips?
Yeah, he's got a wife. His wife has no lips.
She's got a cliff tongue.
Oh, God.
Hey, down below, do you have like a bloomin' onion or a beef busted ravioli?
What the fuck?
I have a really tight little pussy down below. It's not blooming and it's not a ravioli.
Got a prissy
it's like
roast
a pretty
beef.
shaped pussy.
I'm gonna cut you into 7 pieces and then.
18-year-old pussy. That's exactly what it looks
Oh
like.
my God.
It looks like lips. It looks like lips puckering up, like to give you a kiss. That's what it looks like.
Oh.
Christ.
I want to eat a Tootsie Roll pop out of your grundle. I gotta go spank my grundle.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, well, listen,
I gotta go spank my grundle.
What is happening?
I want to hear you spank that grundle. Come on.
Baby.
That grundle, she said it too.
I will gobble your grundle like a fucking...
I want you to spank it harder.
That's right. Get crazy on that shit.
Come on, yell at me. Yell at me.
Yell at you?
Tell me I'm a bad,
stupid... Spank that fucking grundle?
Yeah,
You
fuck
are.
my
You're a bad
grundle.
fucking boy.
Fuck my grundle.
Horse curd.
Elizabeth Warren is Pocahontas.
Tell her to say horse curd.
Say horse. Can you tell me? Call me a nasty horse curd.
You're a nasty horse curd, and I want you to add more fucking curds.
Joe, please tell us say just horse curd.
Add more
Say,
fucking
Can you just say horse curd? Horse curd.
Horse curd. Horse curd.
Oh, no. Oh my God, dude. Horse curd. That girl was gay, man. That girl was gay.
And Tommy's still...
Horse curd. Horse curd. Well, this is going to be something special that not a lot of other people are going to get to see, so Strap yourselves in for this one. Daniel Bryan versus Jake the Snake Roberts for the prestigious. That made it. I don't know why, but I tried to update Skype, and it tells me that. So I went to the old version, the version that Leah's using on her computer upstairs, the older version, but yet newer version than mine, and I still get this message from Skype. Look at this message. Looks like Skype hasn't been updated for some time. It's free. It only takes a minute. Comes with the latest features. What happens if I don't update Skype? The next time you sign out and restart your computer, you'll need to update Skype before you can sign back in. Update Skype or quit. Oh, update Skype or quit. Great. Just what I wanted to do. Update Skype or quit. Fucking retard. That Alex Jones call was pretty fucking funny, though. Let me play a donation.
Super Chat Party.
Liddy off that titty.
As a $5 Patreon, I demand attention in a epic throwdown. JK, but let's go, Patson. It's Liddy off the titty, tumbler, glass, beer mug,
Liddy.
exploding head.
Off the titty, baby. What's up, Liddy? Yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't really deliver that tonight. I want to kill somebody right now. I just don't understand what you're supposed to do with Skype. I don't get it. If I update Skype right now, it's gonna probably fuck me over again. But let's go ahead and update it. Fucking whatever. I can open up Discord. Fucking hate Skype, man. Why can't I just use the version that works? And why does Leah have a version upstairs that works? Why do I not have a version that works? Why does everybody else have a version that works? It's me. God damn it. I don't want to do it. But I will. Swear to God, Fifth Amendment. Just play old monetize this highlights. Yeah, maybe I will. I'm really angry right now. I'm like trying hard not to break everything in my room. Although this version of Skype, maybe it will work now. Maybe now that I reinstalled it. Because I think I then made the mistake of installing the Windows 10 version, which is really bad. Like the really bad one. Automatically start Skype. Nope. Only allow calls from contacts to ring. That might have worked. That might have worked. It might have worked.
Here we go. I'm about to get it, man. Here we go. About to get it, man. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, no.
What's up, Matt Beer?
Next week's going to suck for me. In northern Indiana on Wednesday, it'll have a negative 45-degree wind chill.
Oh, that does blow.
Please send help.
Yeah, you're going to need help. Matt Beer, what's up, Matt? Well, what's up, dude? Yeah, you're going to need some help out there, you know?
Hey, Joe.
That really sucks. What's up, Tommy? I figured I'd try to call you and try to see if this will work. We'll see. It's just so fucked up, dude. It's so retarded. Like, I went up to get Leah's version, and it still won't let me install Leah's version, which makes no sense at all. And they're fucking... God damn it, do I hate Skype. I want them to die. I want them to...
Burn it with fire.
You know, you want to come down here and pour some gasoline on this?
Oh, ha, 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 Joe.
Hey, does gasoline put out fires, Tommy?
Why are you asking me that question, Joe?
I don't know. Why? What's wrong?
I don't know, Joe.
What's wrong with it?
I don't know.
Why would you get upset at that?
I don't know.
Have you ever tried to put out a fire with gasoline, Tommy, perhaps?
Fire with gas.
Oh. I don't think
I've thrown gasoline on a fire before.
You're the worst.
What's wrong
Like,
with it?
why would Tommy? Why? Like, oh my God, you're the worst liar, Tommy. Why would you do that? You should just be like, oh, that's weird. You know, I don't know, but like, I don't know. You just kind of gave it away. You know. What's up, Drew? All right, I'm sorry. I got everybody back on the call. Everybody enjoyed the Alex Jones sex call, though. That was fun.
I just can't stand hearing myself on that because I was fucking obliterated and obnoxious that night.
Yeah, at one point you just said something like about yourself randomly. You were like, the gatekeeper's here or something. Like, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what the hell?
Talking like big cheese in the back of the fridge or some shit.
You had a couple good ones though. Like, you had a couple good comments, but like then at the end you were just like, it was just random. You were like, the gatekeeper approves. Like, I was like, what the fuck are you saying? What was the monetize this episode where Leah said the N-word? I don't remember.
Oh my gosh!
I wish I knew.
Are you the gatekeeper?
It was.
It was wicked funny.
It was when the Tommy sub shit was going on. So
yes.
It would have been a little over a year ago. So let's subtract 60 from where we're at now. So maybe somewhere in the mid 130s.
Yeah.
I
can't find it. Joe, you see who's coming back to Star Trek? Who's coming back to Star Trek? I mean, are you talking about Star Trek Discovery? Because they're on episode 2 with Spock, if that's what you're talking about. But I mean, are you talking about somebody else?
Oh, for a second, I thought you were talking about the Orville. I'm like, yes, tell me she's coming back.
Orville,
I think that's a work, by the way.
Orville is great, but
I think they're working us.
With what?
Because she hasn't signed up for any new projects. The fucking young chick that supposedly.
No, she's leaving because her and fucking what's his name broke up.
Man, I don't know. I read an article where they were talking about how
Tommy, you ditched me
things
on
are
this
really weird about that. Like she hasn't taken on any new projects. They haven't removed her from the credits, and there were some different points they made. It's been a while since I've read it.
Maybe, but
maybe they're working us,
or they're taking time off. The Sense of Morality. Thanks for the $2, man. What's up, Sense? Yeah, I don't know, man. I really believe they broke up, and I just feel like that's why she's leaving. Because why would they do this? Like, why would they? You know, she was so good on the show. It seems weird.
Yeah.
Joe, have you been have you checked out that show I sent you, Blart and Son?
I have not seen that. No.
It is a really funny show with like puppets, like they're like not like puppets like I have, but they're like made out of rubber. And it's about this son and father that want to bond together, and the son just wants to play video games. And the father's a vet, and he always busts into his son's room, and that's the subject of the show, is him busting into his son's room and like saying, "Hey, son!" And it's like, it's really funny, and like all the sets are like miniature sets, and they zoom in, because if you were to zoom out, like they don't have legs. There's a puppeteer down below them. And one puppeteer does both puppets, and it's a really good show. I started watching it. It's really funny.
I want to masturbate on your head, Tommy.
Joe, you don't make sense sometimes.
Tommy,
I found the episode. I just don't know when it was.
I got in a bit of a scuffle with the bear, Tommy.
Oh.
This is just now it's so funny because like I was afraid of hitting the ceiling if I jumped up in the air, but I realized I had a lot more clearance, and this is all I got for you. But there's a lot coming to this later. This is probably the worst reverse back body drop thing that I've ever done. Like
you just dropped the bear and just threw yourself.
I just rolled. Like let's compare that. Like let's compare that to like the time when the bear back body dropped me through the wooden thing in the backyard, because that I feel like that was much more well executed than what I did there.
Would you play that clip again? I have a perfect song for that clip. Would you play that again?
I will in 1 second. Let me play this first. I just want to show you the better bump. This was the better bump. Let me mute you guys, see if we can hear these.
Oh my goodness! Oh my God, Cronin! The power bomb.
This is how you go through it.
Wait a minute. The bear blocked it. The bear, oh my goodness! Oh my God, Cronin!
Welcome to the neighborhood.
I think the line that we went through is better too.
Yeah, and that was cool. It exploded. So lame. But no, I just wanted to throw something out there to let people know I was about filming something. I was working on it, you know. It's not forgotten about. It's going to end with fire or something. Somebody's going to get burned. It's going to be it's basically going to be a first burn match or something like that. It's going to be nice.
Inferno. What? No, not Inferno. What? Yeah, it was Inferno match where you had to get your opponent.
Yeah, it's going to be a fire pit Inferno match. A fire pit Inferno match.
I know this is not a WWE show, but the Inferno match really didn't last that long, really.
Well, they had one in 98, and then that was it for like 8 years or something.
I would like to see. I honestly would like to see the Inferno match come back, like, and then WWE get out of this PG era. I think Vince is
What's going to happen first? Joe getting a house for his kids,
making his show just for. I think it'd be better for him to make it for adults because I think he's making a mistake, and that's why his ratings are so low.
The show's just boring as hell. I mean, it's just so boring. I mean, better for like a couple weeks. It seemed like it was getting better, but it's still just boring. SmackDown was all right, but I don't know, man. I'm just so fucking. I'm just not in a good mood right now. I want to fight somebody. Like, can I wish there was somebody nearby who was like a psycho, who was like, "Yo, let's punch each other and see who wins." And we'll like videotape. Because I'd turn the camera on right now and I'd get in a boxing match with somebody right now. And I'd be like, you know, we'll go 5 rounds. We'll box. Leah will be there. Somebody gets really hurt to call 911. And let's just go and see what happens.
Joe, for some reason I picture you're the guy in the bar that comes to the bar and has a few drinks and then like looks for the biggest dude in the room and wants us to pick a fight with them. You know, in my opinion, the way your attitude is right now.
I wouldn't even be alive if that was how I was. I'd be dead. My thing is I'm gonna go to the bar and I'm gonna get drunk and weird. But yeah, dickheads do seek me out sometimes. I will say that dickheads do seek me out. I feel like because like most of the time nothing bad ever happens. I don't instigate anything either. But if somebody, it's like there was the one time when the guy was like, oh, you know, some guy started yelling at me saying, "I told you not to come in here" or whatever. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he's like, "Mike, you're a piece of shit." And he's like calling me Mike or something. And I'm like, dude, I'm not Mike. What the fuck are you talking about?
Do I look like a Mike?
And I'm like, dude, like, it's like, are you kidding me? I'm like fucking depressed. You know, my ex-girlfriend had left me. I'm in here getting drunk. I'm thinking about like looking around. Maybe I'll try to talk to someone. And maybe not. Maybe I'll just sit here and watch the Bruins game at this bar. You know, I'm 21 years old or whatever I was, 22. And I got this fucking dickhead who's like 37 in a fucking one of those fucking leather weather winter fucking brown jackets being like, "Fucking Mike, why the fuck are you here, Mike?" in my face. And I'm like, what the fuck, bro? I even pulled out my ID and was like, "Yo, look, Dan. See, it says Dan on my ID? That's because I'm not Mike." And then he was like, "Oh, you're going to be a smart-ass piece of shit, faggot," or whatever. And I'm like, "Oh, you fucking got to be kidding me right now, dude." I'm like, dude, if you don't fucking sit the fuck down, like really soon, I'm going to fucking crack your head off this fucking bar. And this fucking guy just wouldn't shut the fuck up. And then he grabbed me. But like we had been loud enough for a long enough time that there was like a fucking cop or whatever. And they ended up booting the guy out of there. And the bartender was like, "Your name's not Mike?" And I'm like, "No, look at my ID." He's like, "What the fuck was that about then?" I'm like, "I don't know." I don't fucking know.
He probably was really drunk and what drunk people pick fights, their vision's not the best, and so they're like, "That doesn't look like Dad, that looks like Mike."
You know what's even funnier about that is I totally forgot about this part of the story, but this is the best part of the story. When he started doing this, I just said, "Nah, dude, I'm not Mike." I was like, "But you know what?" I was like, "Why don't you relax? We'll have a good time." I was like, "I'll buy you a drink and we'll both drink to Mike's dead fucking corpse," or something like that. Like I said something like that. Like we'll both drink to Mike getting cancer or something like that. And he was like, he just kept going like, "You think that's fucking funny?" Like, you know, that type of shit. And I'm like, oh my God, dude. Come on, bro.
He's just a dickhead. He just loaded a dick in his ass, and he was just like, "I'm gonna be a dickhead tonight."
Yeah, he was just that's what it was. He probably just saw he was mad at this guy. Probably like cheated on his wife or something. I don't know. It's like whatever. You're a fucking idiot. It was just
all my bar story, so I'm not even gonna bother telling mine.
I've got three good ones.
haven't-
I got I got the one where I got thrown through the car window. I got that one. I got one where I beat up the ATM machine, and I got a couple more, but I'll just leave it at that.
Me, I don't necessarily go to bars a lot, except for when I go to the comedy club.
I don't go anymore.
This was I've been at, huh?
I don't go anymore. This was like 12 years ago.
One time I went to a bar with Hamza, and we were just chilling outside, and I don't know what was going on, but this homeless guy was asking for money, and
fuck him.
What?
No, I would dare him. I don't know. Fuck him.
And I don't know if Hamza gave him money, but this one dude was trying to pick a fight with Hamza, and all I hear is this stuff going on, and all I did was bulk up. I just bulked up and I walked up to him, and I'm like, dude, you want to get walking? He's like, fuck you, man. Fuck you. What are you going to do? And he walks on the other side of the road. He's like, yeah, man, come over here and fight me and get all big on me, man. Come over here. And I'm just like, dude, you're the biggest loser in your party.
Well, thank God God of Cringe wasn't there with a homeless guy laying on the street.
Get all big on me. Yeah, God of Cringe would have been like, nah, I don't want to fight, but then he would have stepped on the homeless guy's head.
Or he'll make up allegations that he was raped or he had something happen to him.
What? He would say that he got raped?
You haven't heard what's been going on with him with this whole Jesus guy? This guy's playing cosplay and dressing up like Jesus.
No,
one listens to
nobody
him.
cares.
Okay.
Nobody cares about this guy.
Apparently,
that's why I haven't had him on my show, because no one gives a shit about him.
So Joe goes to VidCon apparently and bumps into this guy as playing
tell you the
Jesus.
story anyways.
Huh?
You're gonna tell the story anyways.
No, go ahead. No, I want to hear. I'll hear it. I don't even know.
Right.
I don't give a shit before that. But go ahead, tell me this weird story about the God of Cringe. I'd like to hear it.
He goes to VidCon and he meets Jesus and he gets on Jesus's camera.
Jesus.
And he's doing it. He's had people sign his body. So he lifts up his shirt and he's showing his nipple. And Jesus, the guy playing Jesus, is drawing on his nipple. Well, Jesus doesn't upload the video. And apparently he promised Joel that he would upload the video. And he never did. And so Joel got mad and then claimed that he was sexually harassed when he was playing his cringe character.
Well, I'm gonna bet that in 3 years, Joel's girl there also claims that she was sexually harassed several times by him.
She actually popped him in the eye at Disney, and they got banned from Disney.
Yeah, I heard about that. That's funny. It's so weird. Like, you get banned from Disney because you just punched your husband. So what? Every once in a while, you gotta slap your husband around. Who gives a shit? Like, here's a boom, a little pop. Where's the donation?
Super chat.
Let me see if I can get you guys to hear
Only
these.
Tommy can start forest fire.
Oh, God. Only Tommy can start them. ADTR. He's never started one.
Super Chat Party.
I don't know.
What collective amount would it take to ban Tommy for a year? Please, Joe, tell us.
What collective amount to ban Tommy for a year? It'd be a lot. He's an asset.
Let's beast with
There we go. Who said that? That was Liddy off dat titty. Honestly, dude, to ban Tommy for a year, it would be it wouldn't be worth it. You wouldn't be able to do it. It'd probably be like 10 grand. That's how much he's worth. 20 grand.
Tommy,
maybe.
we coming for you, fatty. Only greedy, obese, autistic, burger flipping, homeless bashing, piece of fake positivity narrative spewing, pedo mustache flaunting, balloon bitching, crystal wrangling, bipolar creating,
Crystal
bitch, can
wrangling?
worsen a wildfire.
Dude, what the
I'm not bipolar.
Of all the things on there, fucking, I love you, Tommy.
At times, I swore that Joe was bipolar. At times,
I might
but
be.
Me, not bipolar.
I might be, for real. Smokey the Bear, thanks for the donation.
Hey, if bipolar is the only thing that upsets you there, we're good to go, guys. Keep them coming.
Because like half the other stuff is bullshit. I know the other stuff is bullshit, and I could get red in the face. I could scream really loudly. I'll just give Joe more sound clips for his show and stuff like that. So I just say, no, I'm not that.
Oh my god, dude! When it said the crystal wrangling or something, it said that you wrangled crystal or whatever. Holy fuck, dude! That was insanely funny. I'm fucking dying right now. I bought a pipe tonight for marijuana too. That was a completely random statement, but
that's right. Marijuana's legal
it's legal here. Hey, is Dave Rose still here? Because we're going to talk about this Indian thing later on. He'll be interested. Yeah.
I think it's a minute ago.
I bought this fucking blue pipe. It looks like a cock. It looks like a fucking cock. All right, let's play the rest of these. Oh my god, you crystal wrangling. Oh my god, dude, who donated that? Was that Liddy? No, Smokey the Bear. He said, Tommy, we coming for you, fatty. Only greedy, obese, autistic, burger flipping, homeless bashing, piece of fake positivity, narrative spewing, pedo mustache flaunting, balloon bitching, crystal wrangling, bipolar crying bitch can worsen a wildfire. Like, that was insane. Like, and then I'm not bipolar.
Super chat. Tommy, what's your favorite cereal?
I'm so old school. Yeah, what's your favorite cereal, Tommy? I guess
my favorite cereal is it's hard. It's a toss up. It's like Golden Grams is my favorite cereal. I think I would say
Golden Grams. You cunt. No, let me. I'll tell you mine. First
Why
of all,
does that make me a cunt?
I was just saying that. It makes no sense. I was just trying to freak you out. You know, I don't know.
It worked.
I will say this. It did work. Yeah. See. I will say this. I love breakfast cereals, so I like so many different ones. But I will tell you this. I would say if I had to pick a couple, I could pick Raisin Bran. I know that's crazy. Raisin Bran, Captain Crunch, and Honey Nut Cheerios, and probably Frosted Flakes. So I would take all four of those. If you told me right now I could have one cereal only right now, I'd actually pick Captain Crunch. But, I like Raisin Bran a lot, too.
I do like Special K. I
would go Fruity Pebbles if I had to pick one, but Oops All Berries I like if you're going like little kiddie shit. But like for the grown-up cereals, Grape Nuts.
I'll tell you one of my other favorite breakfast things. It's called banana toast, and you just take butter and you smear it across the toast, and you cut up the bananas and you put it on top of there, and it's very delicious. It's very filling.
Ugh.
That's amazing. I would have never thought to make it that way.
That is filling because bread is terrible for you. We're fucking retarded. Everybody here eats bread. Give me more bread. Bread.
My mom taught me that. Thank you, Joe.
Well,
you notice bread doesn't mold like.
Who cares who taught you it? What?
You notice bread don't mold like it used to back in the day.
Oh, I mean, dude, if you get, it ain't bread. That's why half of it's not real. I mean, dude, Wonder Bread isn't right.
Isn't. You get the shit out of the bread aisle.
Yeah, dude. That
I've had shit that's a month out of date, and it's fine. It smells a little off, but there's no mold
because of all the poison they put in your food.
No shit.
I'm not.
They're saying a lot of people, a lot of younger children are hitting puberty early because of all the chemicals, the chemical abstract inside of our foods that they're putting more chemicals. So younger women are hitting puberty at a younger age.
No, you are dead right. Dude, I was looking at Gavin recently, and I was like, man, you got more hair than I ever had, like, by the time I was 18. And I was like, I swear to God, there's something in this food. And I've been trying to give the kids all these different organic stuff. Like muffins, dude, these muffins that we were feeding the kids for a while in the morning, those little box of muffins with the plastic bags in them, there's legitimately 3 poisons in them, but it's like enough that it's okay for some reason. Like, I'm dead serious. There's like fucked up shit. It's not like I know that a lot of people tune this out because they don't care. You're just like, yeah, I heard it's bad for you and whatever. Dude, legitimately, like, weed killer and stuff like that. Stuff that actually is in poisons that you would not want a kid to touch. There's a small amount of it, and it's listed on the back of the cereal. Go on the back of your cereal and type in some of the stuff, especially things that say things like phosphate or sulfate or, like, isotrate or whatever the fuck, anything like that. Go look up those things, and every single one of those things is a cancerous causing thing, and it's in cereal and it's allowed. What in the fuck is wrong with us?
I think it's in the back of my head, I feel like it's maybe our government that are just trying to eliminate us slowly and not trying to kill us off, but they're like slowly just saying, oh, we'll put a little bit of poison in, a little bit of poison. Well, how do we put a little more in? No. Then they'll be able to track it back to us. Let's put a little bit in there.
See,
just a sprinkle? Yeah, just a sprinkle.
You can go, the same chemicals in Roundup. That's true. Same chemicals in Roundup, and we know how dangerous those are. Now, you can go with either route. It doesn't matter which route you want to go with. If you want to go with the route that they're putting chemicals in here to dumb us down and to kill us, or to mostly dumb us down, right? Or to cause cancer, whatever. I choose to go the other route, the smarter. I think it's the smarter route. I think it makes more sense that, no, it's the corporations, number one, being able to cheap out, use the chemicals and stuff that they want to protect the food so that they can make money, save money. And on top of that, it actually helps pharmaceutical companies because more people are sick. So all the people at the top, the corporations and the pharmaceuticals, the two people that basically run our country at this point, those two people benefit from the government and our laws being lackadaisical because they don't really have to worry too much about putting some of these trace elements in the food. They can save a buck, make more money, and on top of that, pharmaceuticals makes more money. So it's kind of like a hand-in-hand, like, let's not really say anything. It's all good, you know? And that's less diabolical than the other theory, which is that they literally are doing this to dumb us down and keep us docile. But I think it kind of works for everybody. It dumbs us down, keeps us stupid, so we keep voting for the two-party system that our forefathers said in America. Never have a two-party system. Never, ever, 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 never, ever have a two-party system. That's what fucking Benjamin Franklin and all our forefathers said. And here we are with a two-party system. So that...
No more than they died if we had the two-party system.
What was that?
No more than after they died.
Yeah.
In the mid-1800s, we had the Whigs and the... I can't even fucking remember now, but there were like 2 or 3 different ones back then.
Right. Michael Keene says the talk is like the fluoride in the water. Yeah, that's true. You know, it is kind of like that. But here's the thing about the fluoride in the water. All you have to do is go look up fluoride. Go look up the studies of fluoride and what it does. And even in small amounts, go look up what it does over time. It is not good for you. It is pretty much not good for you. It's okay once in a while to splash around your teeth and, extreme, like, clean or whatever. But it's pretty much not really good for you, and it's in your water, and you have no choice unless you get a filter that filters fluoride, which is like, I don't even know if you can do that. I don't even know how expensive that is. But the stuff in your cereal is what I'm trying to tell you is the stuff in your cereal is worse than the fluoride. Like, the stuff in the food is actually worse than fluoride. So everybody that's worried about fluoride, dude, the stuff in the other, like, the fluoride is the thing that makes you dumb. Fluoride does dumb you down. They've proven it in mice and animals and in humans that fluoride does dumb you down. And years ago, there's people that are smarter than me that know the examples about this. I don't necessarily know. But I do know that at some point in the mid-1900s to early 1900s, they did studies with fluoride where they would think about poisoning enemies' water supplies with it so that they could because it was proven to make people stupid and everything. They were going to poison people with fluoride. Now we put it in our water. Why is that? Why do we put it in our water? And yes, it does clean your teeth. It does. But you know what? There's a lot of things that can help you that are cancerous that you don't want to ingest. And, fluoride it's one thing to wash your mouth with fluoride and spit it out and rinse your mouth really thoroughly, getting that fluoride out of there, but washing your teeth every once in a while. And it's a different thing to add small amounts of it into your water where you drink it over and over and over again. I don't know, but fluoride, dude, fluoride's on the bottom of my list because fluoride's a dumb you down over time. This Roundup stuff that's in and other products that have poison in them is more dangerous. Anyways, go ahead, Drew. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say what's messed up is on the other end of the spectrum. As picky as they are about, or not picky, about cereals and water, the fluoride in the water and such. We actually have a cheese up until about 5 years ago that was banned in the U.S. because at one point in its aging process, cheese mites burrowed within the cheese. We've got honey that comes from bees. We've got figs that have the corpse of a wasp inside of them. We sell chocolate-covered ants and chocolate-covered this, but a cheese mite once burrowed into this cheese, and up until 2014, we couldn't fucking sell it in America.
Right.
But they'll put all these phosphates and shit in the food. It's like, what the fuck are they doing up there?
So many other countries, too. So many other countries, our food's, like, illegal. Like, you can't have our food in many of these other countries.
Right.
It's pretty freaking crazy.
No, poison.
Oh, yeah. And sugar's really bad, too. People are bringing up sugar in the chat a lot. Yeah, dude, sugar is really bad. I can tell you sugar's bad because one thing I noticed about sugar is when you have too much sugar, you just don't feel right. Your stomach gets all weird. And it's just like sea salt is much better than sugar, obviously. Sugar is like if I have a cut in my mouth, here's all you need to know. If I have a cut in my mouth and I start eating something sugary or I'm drinking sugar stuff, that cut hurts and it actually stops the healing. I don't know if you've ever seen this. It actually hurts the cut, and it makes the cut worse. When I've had sugar, because I get a lot of cuts in my mouth, I get a lot of canker sores because I bite my cheeks a lot, and sugar makes it absolutely worse. It's not that it stings, it's just that it makes it worse. But if I'm pouring sea salt on the wound, it heals the wound, and it makes it better. But sugar always does the opposite. It inflames the wound. So when you're eating that sugar in your stomach and in your body, it's like in fructose syrup and all that shit. Like it's inflaming your stomach probably, which is causing stress on your organs and your cells and all these things. And meanwhile, sea salt kind of does a little bit of a cleanup. I mean, too much salt isn't good either because you'll get dehydrated in a certain way. But it's just interesting how there's all this horrific shit in our stuff, and we pretty much, a lot of people don't care. Not to go like this is the Daniel Bryan thing, but I'm not going all vegan and shit like that at all because certain steaks and proteins are good. And then there's sugar gets in your they're saying sugar in your intestines kind of like retards your fucking digestive system. So then if you're eating meat, like if you're eating a bunch of sugar and then you decide to eat some meat or processed meat or nitrates, your body's going to break that down at a horrible rate, and like stuff gets stuck in there, and like everything just works against you. But whatever. And some people, it doesn't matter. Like it's like Mick Jagger. It's like, dude, some people's immune systems and some people's genes, it's like your body's a beast and it just fucking powers through it. Meanwhile, other people are susceptible to things so easily. It's weird.
Well, with me, it hit at a certain age. I was in my mid-20s or so. And my father's like, you got to quit eating that fast food shit. It's going to catch up with you. I'm like, well, I'll wait until I start putting on the weight. And he's like, no, you don't understand. You're going to build those fat cells. And he said, look at me. It took me 10 years to lose all that fucking weight. And I'm like, okay, well, here I am, almost 100 pounds more than I was when I graduated high school. Actually, more than.
Yeah,
so,
one thing that happens is your body actually kicks it out when you're younger. Your body kicks out the McDonald's and shit faster when you're younger because your system's working so well. And it's like when you start getting older and eating it, it's like your body doesn't kick it out. It stores it, and then it gets stuck, and it just keeps it. And you know how that shit is to break down. Like, it's fucked up. It's crazy. But you know what you're eating when you eat that. But you wouldn't expect your kids to eat cereal with fucking poison in them. Go look at your cereal. Anybody listening to this right now, I'm not joking. Go look at the back of your cereal box right now. If you have, like, Special K or Cheerios or like Kellogg's or whatever, just look at all your cereals. Go in the back and go through the ingredients and Google them. You will find that at least 2 to 3 ingredients in your cereals are artificial or poisonous. And it's 100% true, and you can 100% verify it for yourself. You don't have to believe me. And just think about that. It is fucked, and we're all being used.
Shit bomb.
Tommy, let me tell you something, you black son of a bitch. You are the most feminine man that ever lived. I bet you was your carrot with Nair. You secretly be in your room dressing up, look like Corella DeVille, looking to kidnap those damn 101 Dalmatians.
Oh my God. Oh yeah,
and
dude.
you are a dumbass.
That's a sound clip right there. Harry Steve, thank you for the $5 and becoming a $5 shit bum.
Dumbass.
You know, Tommy, I do appreciate that you were cold and you were wearing that, but you did look like an egghead with a fucking eyes.
Do a little basketball dance off the concrete. I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers.
What's up, Alex?
I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
You want my face?
My buddies and I got lost, end up in a biker bar. My buddy put a 20 in the jukebox, played It's Raining Man 20 time. A guy stands up, rip the cord out the wall, yells who the F is playing this.
That's
I
so
walked into a
fucked
bar
up.
one time. They were playing Kids Bop, and it went for like an hour and a half.
Wow.
I don't know why the bartender just didn't skip it. It was that touch tunes thing. They can skip it all they want. But for an hour and a half, it was the fucking Wheels on the Bus and ABCs and bullshit. Like, I'm looking around the bar and no one is flinching. I'm like, am I hearing a different jukebox here?
Yeah, it's all good. I love, you want some bop, you get it. You get to hear some bop. Super chat. Thanks for the $10.
Captain Crunch makes your turds green. Hulk poop.
Does it really, William Ritchie?
The Crunch berries do that.
Yeah, I love Captain Crunch, the regular one. I don't like the berries. I mean,
Super Chat Party.
Zach Connor, what's up, Zach?
I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Zach Connor, thanks, man. Hey, we won't be going too much longer. Bring the love if you guys want. What's up to the chat?
This is a question for both of you guys. What is the stupidest thing that just makes you laugh your ass off? Tedious, stupid thing. What makes you laugh?
Your fake sub channels a year ago.
Oh God.
Fuck you.
You lighting? Oh,
I
no.
didn't do it. I laughed at it.
I don't know what really. I don't know. Somebody fucking falling over. I don't know.
I think playing with like an old-fashioned toy kind of makes me laugh.
Look up textured vegetable protein. So bad for you.
Look up textured vegetable protein. I will do that. The Goon. Thank you for the tip. Tommy, what the playing with an old toy? Like what the fuck?
Super Chat Party.
I eat Frosted
Does
Flakes.
monster cheese come from a monster? Does Pepper Jack come from a man named Jack and a woman named Pepper having sex? Asking for Tommy.
Liddy off the titty. Thanks, man. Somebody in the chat said, "Oh, the chat's looking very liberal tonight." Hey, listen, man. It don't matter. It doesn't matter if you're liberal or conservative or Democrat or whatever you are. All this matters to us. It doesn't make a difference what stupid party, and fuck all the parties anyway. But
because the other day I was in a gas station and an elderly lady came in with a "Make America Great" hat, and I said, "Ma'am, that you look awesome today. That is an awesome hat you are wearing."
And then you fucked her.
No.
Oh.
I don't know, Joe. I don't know why everything ends with I end up fucking somebody.
Well, because I'm a fucking 5-year-old.
Well,
Yes.
no, you told Joe that.
How old are you, Joe?
You want to know how old I really am? You want me to tell you how old I really am?
Yes.
I'm 34.
34 inside in a 5-year-old's brain.
I would say I'm more like a 16-year-old or an 18-year-old's brain. I would say that. I wouldn't say 5-year-old. That's creepy. Because I bang Leah, Oh, did you hear on the podcast the other night? I uploaded the clip where I was basically, I go, yeah, you like Spider-Man because he's like a kid, She's like, what the fuck? Dude, it was really weird. Dude, so what do you think about this whole Indian Native American guy? So first of all, these Catholic schoolboy kids, kind of weird. They're not my type of kid, whatever. But the media was running with the story that these kids surrounded this Indian guy and they were harassing this Native American noble Indian guy. However, and after in the media, and when you see this kid with the MAGA hat, you're like, what a scumbag, white piece of shit, racist kind of douchebag kid. Oh, that's kind of what I even thought. I really did. And I was like, wow, these kids are fucking assholes, huh? And everyone's burying them and doxing them and finding out where they live and shit. And I never saw the video, though. I just saw the quick little clip of the guy banging the drum and the kid's like smiling in his face. And then I saw the pictures. But then I saw the entire video that was released. Mm-hmm. And the kids were harassed by, like, I don't know, like, what was it, like a Muslim group or a Black Lives Matter group or something?
It was like Black Israeli.
Black Israelis?
It was something, the Black Hebrew Israelites.
Yes. So it's like, so they were being harassed by all these people standing there, and they were there for like abortion, like anti-abortion, whatever. So like, I don't even agree or care about these kids, these boys with the red hats. They're not my type of person, but they didn't really do anything wrong from what I could see. And they're, by the way, remember this, they're 16-year-olds. They might be idiots, we don't know, but these people harassed them, and the Indian guy went up in their face and banged that drum in this kid's face. He didn't surround the Indian guy. Now, the kid came out today saying, I wish I walked away from the guy. But in my opinion, it wouldn't have mattered because they still would have snapped photos of you with the guy coming up to you, making it seem like you surrounded that guy. So, like, I mean, all I'm saying to people is, you may hate these kids with the red hats, you may not like Trump or whatever, but remember this. This Indian guy went up to them and banged that drum in that kid's face. They didn't surround the Indian guy like the media said, and that's been proven. By the way, tons of some liberal media, and I mean extreme liberal and democratic people, came out expressing their anger that this was treated like this. It was a lie. MSNBC lied about it. CNN was lying about it. So many people are lying about it. And these kids are doxxed now. They're doxxed. All because they stood there to do some... Like, dude, and by the way, this Native American guy has like a criminal record and stuff. It's a big liar. And it's like, dude, this is the type of stuff. This is the type of stuff that makes people vote for Trump. So anybody out there who is... Like even Leah said to me, and she's not here to defend herself, but... She even said to me, like, oh, they deserve it, like, fuck those stupid kids with the red hats or whatever. And I'm like, no, you can't say that because this is wrong. This is like what Alex Jones did. This is Pizzagate, or this is the Sandy Hook thing. So when Alex Jones basically comes up with a news story saying he thinks they're all crisis actors, he gets banned from social media. He can't use PayPal. He can't use MasterCard. Alex Jones has been deplatformed. Why isn't MSN and CNN deplatformed? Because they spread the lie.
Things. Yeah.
They did the same thing, and these kids are doxxed. Now, it's not as horrific as the dead parents, dead kids and parents. That's a little worse. But still, these people are still doxxed. Lives are ruined. Protests are happening. You got people calling for these kids' heads and stuff. They're digging up stuff from the past of these kids in the school. So then somebody the other day was like, yeah, but one time they yelled something, they do blackface at the school. I'm like, listen, that doesn't matter. I don't care. I don't care if these kids are scumbags at their school or whatever they do. All that I care is the news story was wrong. They said that the Indian guy surrounded these kids, and the kids surrounded the Indian guy, and all the poor Native American guy, the poor guy, and these evil racist white kids. And it's like, no, that's a lie.
What up? Did I miss the whole Keemstar thing?
No, we're about to talk about the Keemstar thing in a minute. Deftones, thank you, Deftones, for reminding me, actually, because I might have forgotten. But anyway,
I honestly forgot myself, so I'm glad he said something.
even if you think these kids are pieces of shit, even for some reason, just because and I don't know why they're pieces of shit, but like, let's say that they are. Even if you think they are pieces of shit, that's fine. But here's the thing, like, you have to, I will defend their right to stand there and be anti-abortion or whatever they want to do. Listen, I'll defend the Indian guy's right, the Native American guy's right, to walk up to them and demonstrate by banging a drum. Okay, go ahead.
Let's hear the liberal leech, Troy. Opinionate, lol.
Well, I'm sorry Troy is not here tonight, but we'll talk to him later. He did go after me about this, too. He attacked me about this. The Goon, thank you. You can't attack me about this, because if you're for free speech, you know what I mean? That's fine, because I am too. but you can't paint the story falsely. You can't say that these kids surrounded the Native American and make it seem like these evil kids were going to do something to this poor old Native American guy. That's not the story. That's not what happened. And the kid didn't punch the guy. The guy got in his face with a fucking drum. And if you get in my face banging a drum, I'm just standing there, you know, I don't. This kid was pretty cool. I might have punched someone myself, or maybe not. You know, I don't know. I don't know what I would have done. But the bottom line is, even if you hate these kids in the red hat, you have to. And by the way, the Republicans are doing this stuff too. Both sides are doing these news stories and they're spinning them, and it's dangerous. It's really dangerous. Everybody has to get all the evidence first, because the video shows what really happened, but that's not the video that MSNBC showed. Fucked up. And Dave Rose wants to call in and talk about this. So I tried to add him to the call. I'll try again to add you, Dave, if you want to talk about this.
I don't know as much as I'm sure Dave Rose knows about this, but really the whole thing just overall just seems fucking retarded.
It is. The whole thing is retarded. There's real stuff going on, and the major trending news story is this stupid 16-year-old's dumb face and this old Indian fucking dickhead idiot who's a criminal, and that's the news. That's what's in the news, is a bunch of people crying and protesting about bullshit.
I want to hear what Dave has to say, and you could probably correct me, Dave, if I'm wrong somewhere. But, like I said, first of all, I think the whole thing's fucking retarded. But what the hell are all these 16-year-old kids doing anyway? Shouldn't they be, doing homework or, getting, shouldn't their parents be keeping them busy?
Yeah.
What the fuck are all these kids out there?
Yeah, but that doesn't matter, though. Even that, I agree.
It does matter.
No, but what I'm saying is I don't care about what the kids are doing or whatever else. I just care that this story was wrong.
Look, and that's another people thing, are trying to. People are trying. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say if this was Joe's YouTube channel that went out there and filmed this shit and made a report like they did, he would have been struck, taken down, maybe even lost his whole damn fucking channel over, like you were saying about Alex Jones. But where's the strike on NBC's YouTube or CBS or whoever the fuck reported this shit,
Right.
Because I'm sure it's on their YouTube.
Yeah,
right?
Well, they're like I said, the Republicans own the banks and the corporation shit, and the left-wing people own all the social media and the mind control right now.
No, there's a lot of banks. There's a lot of banks that are also controlled by Democrats.
No, I agree. Again, you're right.
If
Goldman
you take a
Sachs.
look at the money that, say, Pelosi has made, considering her salary and how much her personal worth is, it's so incredible. It's like, where are you getting your money from, lady? Like, you have $140 million worth as an individual, but you only get paid, $300,000 a year or something. I mean, it's insane that these individuals are accruing so much personal worth. And it's all through lobbyists, and it's on both sides. Again, it has to be clear, I think, to everyone that when you look at both the Democratic and the Republican parties, they're not what they used to be, or even what they were founded on. Right now, whoever or most of the people, not all of them, that are in both parties are essentially just sellouts. I mean, we've got to be honest. So it doesn't matter what you call them, Democrat, Republican, they're basically fakes. They're globalists. There are a few that actually care for people. There are independents that care for people. But again, you've got people who are outsiders like Trump who say, fuck both of you. I'm going to actually do what's actually good for the people and what's good for the country. So, yeah, a lot of people are having fits about this. But again, we've got to be honest. You can't, whether you call somebody a Democrat or Republican, they really don't stand for what that party was founded on. They're sellouts.
Right, it's all bullshit. Yeah, I agree. You're right, because both sides are just rigged at this point. But here's what's fucked up. They really, I don't think people in the chat and everybody fully understand that they literally showed only images or 30-second clips of this kid smiling in the Native American guy. By the way, they're calling him Native American Elder Veteran. War veteran, Native American elder. And then they're painting this kid as some scumbag racist. And even if he was, we don't know. But they're painting it that way. And that's what's fucked up. You don't understand, because if you watch the whole video, the Native American and the group with him walk up to the kids. They walk up to the kids and begin banging a drum and chanting and stuff, and they're staring at the kids. It's not the other way around.
Let me play devil's advocate. Okay, let's assume that the full video was released, and that is what everyone saw, and there was a discussion about it. You know what? That would be healthier than what we saw, which was, like you said, 30-second clips, no context, and out of nowhere, every single media company says, oh, this guy, approached the Native American. He stopped him from going anywhere, and he taunted him and stuff. Like, out of nowhere. Like, no proof, no
The media
fucking
had egg on their
reference.
face after Mueller called bullshit on the BuzzFeed story about Trump, so they had to rush out and try to link racist kids to him to divert attention.
Yeah.
They slant a story, and by the time it's exposed, they've moved on to new lies.
Yep.
ABELsalas Jr., you got it right, man. I mean, it's really fucked up. Dude, why do you think... my mind has been completely changed. I was a hardcore, like, left-wing enslaved liberal zombie, like, 3 years ago. Like, I'm not kidding. I was. So, I can tell you this is, like... And I know the party's changed, because it's not the same party that... They've always been like this, but it's not the same party that I used to know or that I thought I was a part of. And I hate parties now anyway. But look at this dude. These kids are amazingly calm. By the way, Native American, old, elderly, elder veteran. Well, guess what? The service that he did is like nothing if you look it up, and he's also a criminal. So
that's what's actually quite disgusting is that this guy claimed to be a Vietnam vet when he didn't even, and he actually claimed in a video, I served in the theater, I was there, I was this rank, and it comes out not only that he wasn't in that rank, he was not even in Vietnam in the theater, he's not a vet, and he actually was like dishonorably discharged, and yet all these media companies come out and say, oh, well, he wasn't in Vietnam, but he was still a Marine and stuff. It's like, but you're not telling the full story. Like, this guy really is a scumbag. He's a political activist. He's a paid activist.
Right. And it's like this was the game. This is what they planned, dude. They planned on going up to these kids to get a shot of this probably so that they could, create a story or whatever. So these kids are all standing here. All you have to understand is, here's the video. Like, these kids are all standing here. You have to realize that these Republican or whatever they are, conservative MAGA hat wearing kids are all standing there like doing this thing or whatever, and then these are the counter protesters showing up.
Before you show any video, I think it's important to go through the timeline. I'll go as quick as possible with this. These kids are basically told, meet at the Capitol there. We've got our bus leaving at 5:30. So they're all meeting there with the chaperones and stuff. And these black Israelites are basically there. You see these videos. They're basically condemning America because they give rights to gay people, and they start calling these kids all these racial names. And then the Native American protest starts to come in. Again, these kids weren't there to protest anything. Their school every year sends them to do to march with the Right for Life march. So they're not protesting anything. They're there just to support pro-life. Okay, that's their business.
Right.
And so they're there to meet the bus. They get the black Israelites talking shit about them and saying racist stuff, even to a black guy who goes to the school. They were calling him all these names. So then the natives come in, the black guys sort of like move away, and the natives then go into the face of these kids who are really just there to go to their bus.
Yeah, they're doing the thing that they do every year, whatever. And yeah, and at this point, you get a straw man from a lot of people who start, I guess this is a straw man, people that are saying like, well, why would they go to this, and why? That doesn't matter. They're there to support something they believe in. I don't believe in it necessarily, because I'm kind of like a middle of the road with women's right and pro-life and stuff. But like, they're all there for believing what they believe in, and maybe these other people are there for what they believe in, and that's fine. If you want to go bang a drum in front of somebody and be a rude idiot, technically, you really can't stop that. But my problem with it is when the news media tries to flip it as, oh, the poor Native American guys, they tried to frame an image. Dude, this is the media now where they lie.
It's not
creepy.
just they lie. It's we saw this with the fucking BuzzFeed thing the other day. It's hilarious how the left keeps fucking losing so badly. Without the facts, they jump on the story and they fuck themselves over, make themselves look like idiots, in the process.
So what happens is the Indian guy starts making his way through into all the kids. Now, these are 16-year-old boys. I know some 16-year-old boys who would throw things at people. They don't do that, but they do look like they begin to mock him as he goes into the crowd in their face and gets in the middle of them all, banging a drum. The kids appear, from what I can see, to do the tomahawk chop like the Braves or something like that. So I do see that. But again,
no, it's their school sort of chant and stuff.
Oh, that's their school chant? Is there?
Yeah, and again, how you've seen these videos or these clips where they're like, oh, they support blackface. It's called a blackout game, and apparently all these high schools do it, where they paint themselves black entirely. They're dressed in their underwear there, and they took those clips and said, oh, these kids are like, taunting this black basketball player, or they had them, the OK sign when really it means 3-pointer. And they're like, oh, this is the white supremacist thing. Again, what people don't understand is the whole OK sign being a white supremacist thing. 4chan started that to troll these idiots in the media who don't even know how to research.
Yeah.
So they pick up these stories and they think, oh, the OK symbol is white supremacy, when
it's become real.
Internet trolls are laughing at them.
It's become real, dude. It's just like the flat Earth thing. The flat Earth was a troll, and now it's become a real conspiracy. It's crazy. Like, what the?
You see it, dude. You see it.
The power of the internet right now. A lot of it starts on 4chan or Reddit. But look, I mean, there's nothing really wrong here. It's like, okay. Now, what's is their mascot an Indian or something? Is their mascot an Indian, Dave? Do you know?
No, it's they've got colors like black and red.
Why do they
black, white, and red are their colors?
Because they're doing an Indian thing, like oh. Are you sure?
They're doing tomahawks too.
They're doing the tomahawks thing too. I mean, is there a school like the Wampatox or something? I mean, like what?
Well, it's Kentucky, dude. I mean, there's a lot of
okay, because the Chiefs do that. The Chiefs do that. So like the Kansas City Chiefs played the Patriots the other day. I heard the fans.
This school apparently is well known for their basketball. Apparently, on their the whole high school league.
Again, there's like really bad racist people out there. Why are we talking about these kids? Like, and they're 16, and this guy is not a whatever either. It's all just a nothing story. This should be a nothing story.
It is a nothing story.
Oh my God! And we're all here, people arguing about if they're racist.
No, but we live in an outrage culture. People need to feel outraged for something. This kid was just like standing there. This guy gets to his face and bangs it, and people are like, oh, this kid should have like bowed down to his knees, or like shouldn't have just smiled. Like if somebody comes up of indigenous background and is experienced their culture with banging a drum, it's like, why shouldn't I smile? It's like, good for you, dude. Like you're celebrating your culture. Why shouldn't I be happy for you?
This kid had a great response. What else could he have done? I mean, like, suck his dick? I mean, watch this.
Yeah, like,
this is the video of it.
That's the thing.
So he stops in front of the kid. The kids are getting into it, clapping with the guy banging the drum. It's not really a big deal. Like, does this look like a bunch of racist pieces of shit, like, who want to kill somebody?
No.
I mean, it's just 16-year-olds who went there to support pro-life, whether you agree with that or you don't, whatever. And now a guy is protruded into their group, and he's banging on a drum, and they're taking it in stride. Look at that! Like, what is wrong with this? And I mean, he's awkwardly going up to people. It's the same thing in a restaurant when a guy with a banjo comes around, starts singing "Happy Birthday" to you. You kind of don't know how to react to that. It's kind of like embarrassing in a way, and you're just like, okay, cool, like, I guess, but I'm like embarrassed because I feel like I'm on the spot while this guy's banging the
What
drum.
restaurants have you gone to, Joe?
Some Mexican ones. You've never been there, you uncultured swine.
To be honest, I have been to several.
Hey, I've been to Mexican restaurants. I sent you a message today. I was at a Mexican restaurant today.
Yeah, you told me about how you wanted to. You left a big shit in it. He did. It's fucking hilarious. The message is fucking funny. Go ahead, Dave.
No, I was just gonna say I've been to several indigenous or Indian drumming circles, and that's what they do. You come up to you, they beat the drums, some sage gets spread over you.
I like
it's
the
part
kid.
of the ceremony.
I like the kids. I like the guy. They all seem nice. I like this guy with the drum. I mean, he's kind of a liar and whatever at this point. It's weird, but it's a fun time at this
I would
point.
have no problem with either side.
Right.
If it wasn't for the fact that it clearly was to agitate, because when it becomes clear that this guy's an activist and that's his job to fucking agitate, then
Yes.
it becomes a problem. If it was just like a natural sort of decision to sort of celebrate and, these two people found each other there, then there really shouldn't be a problem. But like,
What if he was... I would have less of a problem if he went up to these kids, right? Why is he there? If he went up to these kids and was saying like, why do you believe in, that a woman doesn't have a right to, choose? Maybe I can change your mind on that or whatever.
Exactly.
But let's have a conversation about it. But when you just walk through people like smashing a drum or blowing a whistle or whatever, it's just weird. It's like, that's not going to do anything. I mean,
here's what's worse though, is that this guy and his group, because again, these guys are paid organizers or activists. The next day they actually burst into a church nearby to disrupt the service that was going on, and security actually had to push them out and stuff. So this came out, but it wasn't even sort of reported very much on the mainstream news.
Right.
So it's not like this guy actually, cares about his
heritage. His heritage.
He's just there to just stir shit.
This guy's not a Native American with heritage. Like he's a fucking...
Well, not with pride in his heritage.
Right.
He's sort of
Well, he has
disrespecting it.
Yeah, I mean, he's an activist, like you said. He's probably paid by somebody, or he's an activist. We don't know why. I mean, this is weird. How do you think a bunch of 16-year-old kids are going to act when this is going on? By the way, why is that guy wearing a Dolphins hat? What a fucking asshole he is. That makes me more madder than the MAGA hats. I'd be careful with those kids with the MAGA hats with that hand gesture, you know what I mean? Next thing you know, you're a Nazi tomorrow. All because you did the fucking chair. These kids are getting a kick out of this. Like, it's not even like a problem. But again, if you watch the MSNBC and the CNN and the websites reporting on this, it like, you can go Google this for yourself. The websites, not from today or yesterday, because they've started to change the story a little bit and fix it. But from 3 days ago, it was like, these kids are racist and they were bullying this Native American.
Go back 3 seconds. You'll see the smirk kid. He's not smirking. He's laughing. He's like smiling. He's like, this is cool. Like,
let's see if we get it. Oh yeah, he's gonna be right there.
He's got a puffy jacket.
Yep,
yeah,
there he is.
There he is.
Yeah, he's turning his head like, hey, he's a kid.
But it's like cool.
Kid.
Like, look at that smile. Like,
yeah.
he's not like, he doesn't have contempt for these people. It's like, this is cool. We came to Washington. We got to do all these things. Now we get to see these Indian guys.
Yeah, but if you freeze frame it like this photo over here, it's like, oh, wow, he looks like a dickhead or whatever.
They darken the photo. They give him some little horns.
Yeah. Oh, what a
the
piece
fucking
of
media
shit.
for you.
He's there, he's having a good time, and then all of a sudden the guy gets in his face, and he's like, wait, what the fuck's going on?
Look at his face. He's even kind of like enjoying it, kind of.
Yeah.
He doesn't know he kind of doesn't really know what to do. Like, what's going on?
I've seen situations like this before.
The other kids have backed off now, and they abandoned him, and now he's on his own with this drum beating guy.
I mean, Joe, have you ever gone on like?
You ever had someone bang a drum
as a kid?
Ever had someone bang a drum in your face as a 16-year-old randomly like this?
Well, no, but what I'm saying is like you go on a field trip as a kid, or you go to a museum and someone's doing a demonstration of how someone acted back in the day, and they kind of get really close with you with the whatever they're doing.
Yeah, yeah.
And they kind of get face with it, you know. But you stand there and you kind of smile and take it in.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what he's doing.
He's probably one of the more introverts that are out there, to be honest. These kids behind him are more like excited. This kid's clearly an extrovert. He's probably more of an introvert, and so this is kind of awkward for him, you know, and that's all it is. Now the guy's actually, like, kind of rubbing into him. These kids are having a wrestling match behind him. There's the young black kid that they called a Uncle Tom N-word. That's cool. Call a little black kid an Uncle Tom N-word because he's there.
Oh, they called him worse. If you take a look at the video specifically with the black Israelites, they just, like, really vile things.
Yeah, they're fucked up, man. I'm telling you, the Indian guy, these other people behind him are not the good guys, and that's, you know, I may not like these kids either, but at this point, they didn't, you know,
why don't you like them?
I may not agree with them, is what I mean, like, but
about what though?
I don't know. They're there for.
More importantly, let's be honest though, guys. Let's be absolutely honest here. The whole reason why everyone is so outraged about this isn't it because they were wearing the MAGA hats. Because they're a bunch of white kids.
Yeah, that's basically, well, because he looks like a smug little white kid, and he's
it's not even smug. It's where's the smugness? This kid was just smiling.
Well, from the photo,
there's no smugness about this.
No, from the photo though, from the photo that they put here in the image, it seems like these rich little white kids went up to this Native American guy. That's the image they wanted you to think. And
I think it was Black Pigeon who released a video about this recently, and everyone, I recommend to check it out. But it basically reveals about it that this kid has no shame. You know, this whole society is trying to inflict shame onto people who have no relation on any sort of injustices that some people might think that they have foisted on them. So this kid has no shame, and he doesn't, you know, back down because he's just smiling, and people take offense about this.
What's this lady saying?
They are mentally ill.
What's that lady saying?
Mob mentality. It's awesome because you guys are what, like 16? How old are you?
How old are you with your nose pierced, like fucking going up to 16-year-olds? Look at the big bad adults who attacked this, basically, like attacked the 16-year-olds. Now she's saying that the kids are acting like a mob.
I love that.
Why? Because they're on a field trip thing and they're there for, like, their beliefs or whatever, standing there, and you went up to them and started banging on a drum, and she's yelling at them with her stupid piercing. Like, I mean, what?
It's awesome because you guys are what, like 16? How old are you?
Someone didn't have a dad. They're gonna go agitate a bunch of 16-year-olds. See, this is all them, by the way, over here, like with their cameras. Like, they wanted this image. They knew what they were getting right here. Because why would they do this? Why would they just pick this one kid out and stand in front of him and bang that drum right near his ear over and over again? This kid just standing back like, well, we've all been standing here. You guys all came up to us. But yet they're the racist psychos who attacked the Indian. Like, that's the news story. Look at that. They got this, like, Jamaican guy, like, holding a light, like, so they could get good light so they could film all this stuff. If you don't understand that this is all being done for propaganda, fake propaganda, maybe paid for by Soros, who the fuck knows?
Well, it's just to create division. It's like, let's create more hate. Let's create more division.
Yeah, this is going to be great when we get this. Look at this. Like, these people all work together. This is all them doing this on purpose to get this shot. And it's just bizarre. Like, and then it's just weird. Like, they didn't need to do that.
There's a video where the black supremacists are basically yelling at the kids, and one of the kids ends up coming out and starts to start a cheer with the class and stuff. He takes off his shirt, and these kids, again, they're like 16, 17 years old. They've got the school spirit and stuff, and they're trying to pump up the crowd and stuff while they're waiting. So if you see that video, you see that despite the fact that these kids are called like ugly cave dwellers, they've got lice, stuff that Cameron Mitchell there in the chat probably believes in.
They're high school students, and tons of high school students go on field trips or demonstration things. High school students do this, and then they sing their school song, they cheer things. There's like hundreds of thousands of schools that do this across the country. All black schools, all white schools, black and white schools, mixed of everything schools. This is not new for a school when either like in distress, bored, waiting for a bus or whatever, to whip out their school song, or a football team on a trip somewhere. It's not that they're a mob mentality. They're acting like kids from a high school that has pride on a field trip. What the fuck is wrong with that? And I just don't get it. Like, maybe they are fucking weird. I don't know, but I know this guy's flipping out. Like, what's this guy saying? These kids are like, what are you talking about? And he's like, you're being the white man about it, you white motherfucker. And this guy's just like, I don't know, what are you talking about? Like, you realize you're with other white people, right? He's like, he's all by himself with a drum, you can't compete. What? Like, what are you talking about, dude? People have respect for Native Americans who are good people, but if you're a piece of shit, like, no matter what you are, you're a piece of shit, Finally, the kids, like, they took off, or their bus come or something like that.
That's another thing. When they ended up leaving, there was a chant that was going on. The media said that they were saying "build the wall," and even this guy was filmed saying, "Oh, they said build the wall," and all they were saying was like, "Let's go to the bus," or it was some sort of chant to sort of like get everyone to hear.
Yeah.
Again, I've been on these school trips. When you want the whole group to hear, you start this chant. Oh, we've got to go this way or something. Everyone knows, everyone's cheering. You get that hype going, and you get a sort of a, everyone knowing what you got to do. And that's what they were saying. Like, we're going to the bus. Or, I can't remember the exact words, but like that, the media said, oh, they were saying build the wall. Nothing to do with it. Nothing.
Because you swear on lies. You understand that? I got it. This is the hit. Let me show you. If this is not a real book, let me show you what the Bible says about your country. Give me that.
This is great.
10:6.
What is this?
Check this out. They're not going to read this in the Catholic Church. They're not going to read this in your Christian church.
What do these guys believe in?
These are the Black Israelites.
So what's their religion?
They basically think they're the real Jews. They think that the real Jews are black, and that anyone that claims that they're a Jew and they're not black are frauds. These guys are insane. You gotta listen to this, dude. This is crazy.
This is awesome.
This is We Was Hang stuff.
Oh my God.
check this one out.
Man, I hate religion.
That saying, chapter 10, verse 6. I will tell him that they're hypocritical nation. That I'm going to speak up. The Lord said he shall send us against a hypocritical nation. You make us swear on the Bible. You got on the back of the court system, "In God we trust." On the back of your dollar bill, it says, "In God we trust." But you give faggots rights.
Okay, stop it right there, Joe. Stop it right there. You hear the crowd? All these Catholic kids, basically, whoa, they were disgusted by that. Unlike what the media is saying, oh, these kids are racist stuff. So, and bigoted and anti, gay and homophobic stuff. So this crowd actually did not like what these guys were saying, but we don't hear about that on the media.
Right. I mean, I just don't. I'm so confused by this. Like, what in? But this is how quickly you can manipulate the story. I don't know. Like, I just don't. It's just scary to me, dude. It terrifies me that I have kids. I'm gonna be like, dude, don't go to any of these things. Like, don't fucking. At
this point,
low.
it's too dangerous. I don't think anyone should be going to these sorts of things because right now the political climate is so hot that any sort of confrontation like this could lead to something even more, and it is fucking scary.
Yeah, I mean,
we're on the verge of a fucking civil war.
Yeah, I saw you telling people to stock the water and everything. I stock sardines myself. They're good for like 5 years, 7 years, some of them.
That's perfect.
Sardines
and
are great.
Good protein too, and it's actually got good oils.
Right.
Those essential oils the body needs, and are great for longevity. Trust me.
The only thing is with the amount of mercury, maybe you got to have something else. But it's
you got to have a good supply. That's the only thing. If you got a good supply of fish, where there's no mercury.
Yes,
but that's just the challenge.
Let's move on from the story. We spent a long time on that. I'll talk about Keemstar a bit. Let me check the donations though, real quick.
Shit bum.
When I first heard about this protest news story, I thought that kid in the MAGA hat was NASCAR champion Joey Logano. I'm not drunk tonight, so no racist donations from me. Mountain Dew also has brominated vegetable oil, which is really bad.
Yes. That's probably has to do with that joke about you're losing it. And I drank a lot of Mountain Dew, and I drank it knowing that there was something wrong. It's different when you have kids, though. It's different when you
lube, though.
When you have kids, it's different. You're like, you know what? That's what scares you. Like when I was a kid, I'm like, if I take some of that shit, fucking whatever. But when you have kids, you're like, wait a minute. I don't want to give this shit to my kid.
What's in your mouth?
Shit bum.
What are you eating?
If you're a liberal and in the chat, you deserve to die in violent fashion, and I will stick my dick in your grave and piss. Proud to be white. Fuck you, you dumb pieces of shit.
Dickie Nas, thanks for the donation. I mean,
here we go.
I mean, I got liberal friends in the chat, and I'm not really proud to be white because I just happen to be white. I just think if you're black, you're black. You're white, you're white.
No, but
whatever.
That's the thing, though. More importantly, is you just shouldn't be ashamed.
That's
what everyone.
Right.
That's what the whole elite wants you to do is be ashamed for what you think independently, and they try to force you into this whole Orwellian mindset where you can't even smile, you can't think for yourself. They're making you question this.
You can't make the okay sign.
These kids were bused there by the church to protest a women's body rights.
They weren't there to protest
This is
anything.
just more evidence churches should be taxed.
Hey, Fade to Black, thanks for the $5. I don't think they were there.
I disagree that churches should be taxed. Absolutely, I think they should. But they weren't there to protest anything. They were there for a pro-life march. You can be there for a pro-life march and not be there to protest something else.
So let me set it right on why people think it was a protest. Because Leah said this too. She said, "Well, fuck them. They were there to to go again. They're not, but I get it. People think that they were there to take away women's rights or something like that. It's like no, they're just there for their belief, which is to support the right of life, pro-life.
Think of it this way. I'm there to support this pro-life, we'll take me as the villain, there to support the pro-life march. Okay, I think that we should have options apart from abortion. So, adoption, support, whatever it is. But I'm not saying that there should not be abortion. Okay, I'm saying, definitely, I think that should be available if needed and emergencies and even, rape and whatever. So it should be an option.
Right.
So with that mentality, I'm not protesting, the pro-abortion, march. I'm there just to say, you know what? I think we should have other options, but I don't want to say you don't have that right for an abortion. So how am I in the wrong? And I'm putting myself in their position because, again, people are saying, oh, they're there to promote pro-life. They must be against abortion. That's not necessarily the case.
Yeah, I get that because
it's disingenuous to say so.
I just don't think, like, once you're on your, like, fifth one, like, oh, I'm just getting it taken care of. I'm on my fifth one. That's fucking crazy. That's weird. Like, that's fucking.
But why are people
bizarre.
using abortion as what's it called? Prophylactics as
yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, because it's an easy. I think it's because it's an easy one to go at to pick or whatever. And it's the religion thing with life. Like they really cling on to that. Those people, they get really freaked out about that stuff. Who's fucking messaging me right now? Let me play another donation. Oh, Leah's texting me. Let me. Hey Tommy, you alive still?
Yeah, I'm alive.
We're gonna move on. I know this has been pretty heavy for people,
I think it's gone long enough.
Yeah, we did. It was good stuff though.
Yeah, good discussion.
This guy Nathan Phillips was claiming to be trying to defuse these kids. Fucking liar. The AIM song is generally used at rallies to warm or rile a group up. By the way, I'm back. Much love, Joe.
Fuck
and Tommy, I'm gonna teabag you, lol.
Thank you, Beef Roller.
Like to see you try, dickhead.
You haven't seen Beef Roller's fist, Tommy. This
beef
guy,
roll.
Yeah. Oh, it's a beefy one.
If you want to come down to Black Mountain, I'll fucking put my fist in your face.
All right, Joe. I just wanted to really, give my thoughts on that.
Joe, I drink a 2-liter a day and I am getting in shape.
Oh, Tommy NC, thank you for the donation, and I hope you do get in shape. Appreciate that. Yeah, Dave, you gonna get out here, man?
No, if you want me, I was gonna just clear up the line. If you want to take more calls, if you want to keep me on, I've got nothing else better to do, to be quite honest.
Well, I'm gonna go pee myself. I'm probably gonna stay on a little bit more, talk about Keemstar for a second, and I'm gonna go pee myself, and I'll let you guys handle the fun for a couple minutes.
What about Keemstar? What's going on with them these days?
Well, so what happened was somebody apparently there's this guy, and he starts shit. He's kind of like Young Republican, but I don't think it's Young Republican. He goes around and he'll say stuff about me to people, and then what I noticed he does is he comes back to me and says, "Hey Joe, you hear this guy talking shit about you?" But he went over and started it. Like he'll go and say like, "Hey, Joe Cronin called you a loser because you couldn't do this." And then when the guy responds, the guy comes and tells me. But he doesn't tell me what he said about that I said. So what happened is apparently he donated to Keemstar the other night saying like, oh, Keemstar is still afraid of Joe Cronin or whatever. So then Keemstar started talking shit about me. And so then I heard about this from people on Twitter and from him. And so then I went over and started listening. And in the chat on Keemstar's chat, I said, what's going on, guys? What the hell did Keemstar say something about me? I'm being told he said something. What did he say? What the hell's going on? Well, not only did people start responding to me in the chat, but Keemstar then saw that and responded to that in the chat, saying that, oh, we know it's you on an alternate account, trying to put yourself over and something like that. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I came in here. I didn't even think you would see my comment, And he's going off on me for all this shit. So anyway, I've got the clip of that. But the best thing about it is he calls me like a psychopath retard. And I just something about someone calling me a psychopath retard makes me fucking enjoy life. I don't know why.
Gives me a chubby.
Yeah, I like it. Man.
Keemstar was a moron.
There's all kinds of stuff to talk about in the news. You guys can go at it. Patriots Super Bowl with fucking Rams and whatever. I live near a Walmart. We talk about them. They had a problem the other day, and Florida's got
people of Walmart. You should be doing videos in Walmart, dude.
I think I'm gonna do like Grimm's Toy Show, Target.
With you, filming those people in Walmart, that is absolute gold.
Right, I'll be right back.
Okay, go take your piss.
Did I hear him start to say Florida? I thought we were going to make it a whole Thursday night without hearing Florida, but maybe not.
Fuck, you can't go a week without fucking hearing about some sort of insanity in Florida. I don't know what the hell it is with that fucking state. fucking America.
They've got some weird laws down there. I think it starts there.
No, it's not just that, man. You've got people like on bath salts eating people's faces off. Like you've got drivers that will fucking, just look at the videos on YouTube. I mean, what else do I gotta say?
Could this stem back to what Castro did back in the 80s, late 70s, early 80s, where he
Poisoning
dumped
the water supply?
Down there? No, he was dumping off all the criminals in Florida, sending them on boats and dumping them off in Florida. That's what Scarface was about.
That's true.
Could this stem back? They just kind of stayed there, and it stems from that.
I don't know. I got to give some sort of respect to criminals because if you're a good one, then you're not stupid. You're able to do things. Like we see so many stupid things from Florida. Like it's clearly, to me, it's environmental. It's water. It's the food. It's something that's basically causing people to be really retarded.
I don't, because not everyone is. If it was 100% of people down there, I'd be on board with.
Well, why is it that Florida has become a meme, though? That's the thing. Like, you've got the Florida man on Twitter and stuff. Like, all these things with Florida. What is it specifically, though?
Is it maybe the sun's getting to him? I mean, I don't want to be. I've got friends in the chat that are from Florida, so I don't want to come off like a dick, but I know they're cool. It's just maybe the sun gets to them. Maybe the.
And not in Arizona and fucking Texas or California.
Good point.
It's something about Florida, dude. There's a reason why it's a meme.
Is it property values lower down there? And I'm not trying to say that
it's gone down a lot, apparently,
or something. I'm not trying to say if you're poor, you're a piece of shit, but percentage wise, and that people with less money tend to. On the average, tend to be more criminal-esque. I don't know.
That particular, I can't remember what county that was, where there was the school shooting and the Pulse nightclub shooting and all these other election frauds and stuff. But
the nightclub was Orlando. The school shooting was just outside of Miami.
No, but
I was actually just a week before that. I was actually just on the other side of the highway from that school.
What's that? What's the region though? It's like the police department's called Bo something. It's. Do you remember what?
I could sit here and look it up, but that feels like cheating at this point.
Well, that would help me, but like I mean, the bottom line is the sheriff that was in charge of that school, like that district, he's now been removed by the governor, who's now been installed. I believe he's a Republican, and he's being charged with all these different things because his team essentially just stood down. What's it called?
Broward County.
Broward. Thank you. There's so much corruption. Oh, by the way, that's the same county where the flight school where many of the 9/11 hijackers trained.
I thought that was on the other side of the coast.
No.
Or on the other coast. It was.
There was a few sites, but that's one of them. Like there's.
Oh well, maybe been one of them.
This county, particularly, has some extensive connections with nefarious issues. It's insane if you start to look deep into it.
I'm thinking that, so the school that Bush was in on 9/11 when he was reading the book and shit with the kids, that was the same city that the fucking head guy, the one that you always see, Mohammed, go fuck yourself, whatever his name was. Tommy, what the fuck, man?
Nothing.
You got that paper figured out yet?
I thought it was a candy bar.
It could be. Good God. But no, Muhammad Atta.
Yes.
Where he trained was the same city where Bush happened to be sitting reading the books to the kids.
Interesting. It's also very interesting
that was over by Tampa. I can't remember what fucking city. And maybe
but there was several sites that were used, and again, these individuals, which is quite interesting, were able to get their visas approved from Saudi Arabia from a John Brenner, who right now is embroiled with this whole issue with him thinking that Trump is colluding with Russia, when in fact he's been colluding with Saudi Arabia all along. Brenner, that is, not Trump.
All right, I'm gonna. As far as current politics, I've got my head in the fucking.
You know what?
sand,
I'm thankfully waiting for the day where that asteroid comes and just fucking wipes us out. Because I'm gonna just pull out my lawn chair and just watch it, have a beer, and be like, "Good riddance."
Weren't they doing that shit like Armageddon or Independence Day, where some of them were just like in their lawn chairs, like "fuck it"? I seem to remember that in one of those movies. Maybe it was The Day After Tomorrow.
Quite probable. That was actually a good movie, Day After Tomorrow. And that's actually where we're going right now. We're going into a deep freeze. We're in a solar minima, as it's called. There's very few sunspots, which means that we're not getting the energy that we need through different types of particles coming through our atmosphere to heat the planet enough for us to actually warm up. That's why they're now trying to publicly say, "Oh, we need to spray in the atmosphere to, reduce the heat," when in fact it's the opposite. And that's just really what chemtrails are and have been since the early 90s, which I've got the actual patents for and can prove have existed since that point. People have laughed about it, yeah, but now it's proof. Now it's real.
I've heard some of that before, where they're saying that some of the cooling that we are experiencing and soon to expect is actually a product of global warming.
Anthropogenic global warming, and they just call it global warming, but what they're talking about is anthropogenic. What that means is man-made. Man-made global warming is bullshit. We have no fucking... we have minimal impact on the Earth. The Earth's temperature is always governed by how the sun operates. Depending on that is how much CO2 we get in our atmosphere and how warm or how cold we get. We've always gone through these cycles. It's called climate change, and that exists, but humans have no fucking effect on it. Yeah, we're polluting our fucking planet. Yeah, we're affecting it. If the fucking Earth had a massive pole shift and we all died, the Earth would go on and it would fucking heal itself. So we're nothing to it. But the thing is, when we're told, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez tells us we have 12 years left before the world ends. Are you fucking kidding me? Al Gore said in 2003, by 2013, the polar ice caps would have melted. And they're actually thicker than ever in certain points.
You want to know the percentage of these experts that were correct at predicting the end of the world? 0%.
Zero.
I predicted it.
So I'll believe them when they're right, and then it won't fucking matter. So who the fuck cares?
Well, I'm back. I had to pour the wine for Leah. Dude, some wine called Roderick... I think it's Roderick Strong or something like that. And I was like, isn't that the name of that fucking wrestler?
Yeah.
It's like something like that wine. You ever heard of that?
Sounds like a manly name.
Oh, no, it's Rodney Strong. Rodney Strong.
Rodney Strong. I was about to say, wait, I remember that name now, but it...
Not quite.
Rodney Strong.
I sold that shit.
It just doesn't sound like the name of a wine. Like,
this sounds like a random question, Joe, but where is your bathroom located? Do you have one downstairs?
It isn't a random question. You are correct.
He's been playing with potato chip bags for 10 minutes, and that's what he says.
That is such a weird question. So this is a weird place. So when you first, like, if I pull into the driveway here, and I can go through the door in the driveway, which used to be a garage, but now it's a door into the open basement, finished basement, open area, big area, and then on the back left there's a laundry room with some tool that I put all my tools in too, and Leah has the washer and dryer in, and the boiler's in there and everything's in there, and then there's another little room which is my office. Then if you walk up the stairs, you're in the kitchen, and then if you turn to the right, there's a little kitchen table, and then there's a little dining area in the kitchen, open concept. And then there's a living room. Then on the other side, if you walk around in circles, there's like a fireplace and it's another living room, I guess. And then if you walk to the end of that, there's a closet, another door to leave the house, and a bathroom. And but then if you walk back to the front, you're at the front door. And if you go up the stairs there, you're directly above the stairs, another bathroom, and then the 4 bedrooms. So
Interesting.
So it's like 3 levels. It's weird because like if I want to go to bed, I'm gonna climb the stairs up to there, go around up to the other stairs, up those stairs, up to my bed. But I like it that way because like if I'm loud as fuck down here, all the kids are sleeping on the 3rd floor. So like there's no more of me like down here being like I'm gonna do a song parody, and like I'm like, and then like Leah's upstairs like I can hear you, shut the fuck up. Like
I'm thinking we're gonna be able to see you fucking go through a table in that room.
Yes,
live.
Yes, you could see anything in that room because it's just it's probably cement below, so you're not really. It's just it's the perfect spot. When we came in here, we were like, wow, this is fucking perfect for everything. We were like, we didn't know. There's no photos of most of the house, so like especially the downstairs. So when we heard about there was a finished basement, we were like, we thought something was wrong, and then we saw it. I was like, wow, this is great. And then to turn to the right and see a door, like what is it, a closet? Then open it up and see a 12 by 12 room. Like it's like this is probably Dave's laughing at how I said room.
No, just the size of it.
Yeah, it's like wow.
I didn't even think of the room.
There's even a closet in here. Like in the room, there's a closet. So it's like.
Do you guys have a walk-in closet in your room?
It's very tiny, but we do, yeah. But it's not a walk-in closet then. It's just like it's a squeeze-in closet. You open the door and you turn sideways and you sidestep in, and there's drawers and like shelves. But but the room is pretty decent. So.
I saw a video of your basement. It looks nice and big. Like it looks perfect for a pool table or like I don't know, one of these like air hockey tables or something. Like look beautiful.
I think yes, that's exactly right. I mean, I want to have darts and all that shit, and just like, and I want the kids to anybody can come down here. I figure anybody can come down here and play or whatever. There's the TV, whatever. It's a good room, and then I soundproofed pretty decently. So like it's so good right now that if the door is closed and someone's on the other side, and if I'm like, hey, go ahead and come in, they can't hear me say that. They're like,
nice.
What? But it's not done yet on the left where the heating is and the laundry room is. There's no insulation yet. So sometimes you can hear the heater on a little bit, and you can hear in there. So that's the next thing. But it's actually more money than you think. But you can do it in a cheap way if you get like blankets. I got the old carpet, the padding that goes under the carpet, the sort of the padding insulation under a carpet.
Yeah.
Right.
They left all of that. So I've been cutting squares, and I'm going to use that because it's free, and then staple that up, then put the wood over it, and then put the soundproofing pads over that. But that's expensive. It's actually really kind of expensive to soundproof things.
You're gonna need a on-air sign outside your door to make sure that nobody goes in when you're on.
Yeah.
Like the red light.
Leah's dad joked about that. Leah's dad's an electrician. He goes, "Hey, do you want a funny? It'd be cool to put an on-air thing up."
Oh, that's sick, dude.
I'm like, I mean, if you really want to do that, Leah said that too.
Fuck
She's
yeah.
like, you got to do that. I think it would be cool, yeah, because then she's like, the kids won't bother you or whatever. I'm like, well, they'll still try to bother me, but it's pretty cool.
It looks cool. That's enough.
It's like it is really cool, man. And to have, we're not in the boonies completely, but it's like because there's houses around us. But the fireplace guy that came to check the fireplace the other day, he was like, "Oh, I'm up the street in the town over, and I just have land on land on land." And he goes, "I shot a mangy fox the other day who was coming like chasing us kind of, and it was weird, and so I shot it." And he's like, my neighbor called up the road called the cops. He's like, what the hell? I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, you shot what the fuck, dude? Like, you're in nowhere's land. He's like, yeah, the cops showed up and we showed him around and had fun and whatever. And I'm like, that's so weird, but the guy was cool. And it's funny because I'm out here in the
Massachusetts pussies.
Yeah, like, I mean, like, what? They're probably
Dude, I strongly urge you to take yourself and Leah on a date to a gun range. Have her get familiar with firearms.
She's more
Dave. She understands them.
She's more familiar than I am. She shoots with her dad.
Then what's this attitude of I don't want a gun in the house when the fact that first of all you're the man, second of all you need your firearm. It's your right, and you got to protect your family. A pistol is the perfect tool to do so. If you need one of these safes where you put your hand and reads your thumbprints so you can get access to it, fine. The kids won't be able to get it.
Right.
But like, you need to be able to get that stuff, and I think that she should be able to see that.
Yeah, I mean, I get what her thing is on it. I mean, even I don't even really want one, but it's like, I think at some point, you know, I'm sure I will probably do it. I probably won't tell her, is what will come down to. But also, I am getting, I will have a crossbow, though. I will have a crossbow, because last night, the dog was in the backyard, and something came at her, and I forgot to tell Leah about this. Something came at her, but like, it got hung up in the fence, and then she barked, and it chased it off. And I was thinking, dude, what if a fucking coyote had, like, you know, it was a coyote and it grabbed a hold of the dog? I was like, because I pretty much wouldn't really be able to do anything. But like, if I had a weapon, you know, I really couldn't fire a firearm because of the neighbors' houses in such proximity. I mean, I maybe could, but you wouldn't really want to.
No, but see, the thing is, though, first of all, like Leah was talking about this, you can't have a crossbow loaded all the time. It actually wrecks the weapon.
Right.
More importantly, for a situation like that, honestly, bear mace. That's all. Get a nice big can of bear mace, and you know, if you do see a situation like that, that sort of thing will fucking wreck a coyote.
Oh my gosh.
You know,
that's
Bear
true.
mace?
A fox. You don't have to worry about, like, you know,
Yeah.
something heavier or even a firearm, because again, with something like that,
Yeah.
it'll fucking throw away a bear. So something as pussy as a coyote, no problem.
I'd grab a crossbow though and take it. I'm fairly confident I could shoot that coyote.
No, but that's the thing though. They're very timid. I understand this. They're very timid.
They are. They're scared
animals,
of people.
especially because they usually come, you know, as scavengers alone. They're not usually in large packs. So if you approach them, they will sort of back off, especially because you're larger.
I guess what I was thinking of more is if it was like a rabid animal, you know what I mean? Like, because
That's yeah, you got to worry about that.
a regular
but
coyote, like, yeah, they ain't fucking with the people
a
for the
bat.
most part.
If you take a bat, you've got enough distance between you and the animal. And again, I'm a pro firearms guy.
Yeah.
But again, in a situation like this, you don't need a firearm. You just get that distance between you and the coyote. And if it's rabid, at least you can get a hit in there to disable it, and it will normally go away after that point.
Joe, today, I think a couple days ago, there's a gun store in Black Mountain. I walked into it, and I was looking around, looking at some of the shotguns. They're like $200.
Oh, boy.
And I was asking, I said,
buy me a gun. Buy me a gun.
Ha, ha, ha!
Were there any $150 shotguns available?
They were like $200.
They're gonna jam. They're gonna jam. If they're cheap.
I'm pro firearms, but I don't know if I can endorse your decision, Tommy.
Why? What's wrong with me owning a gun?
There's nothing wrong with it. It's just that I'm not too sure if you're.
I know how to operate a gun.
I know that you know how to shoot one, but I don't want you to like scratch your ass with your shotgun and might shoot your ass off or fucking
You think I'm
drop your shotgun and you shoot your computer.
Rose, do you think I'm that stupid?
Rose.
Not stupid, but negligent.
Fuck you,
Dude,
Rose.
I know how to use a fucking gun, dude. Like,
Do you know how to put a fire out?
You're all Canadian and everything, and you're all like,
How do you put a fire out, Tommy? With
"Gotta go
water
on the
or
horses there,
gasoline?
man," you know?
Tommy, you put a fire out with water or gasoline?
Fuck you, Joe.
I rest my case.
You rest your case on a bunch of dicks.
I love you, Tommy. I'm kidding, but not really. I love you, though. But I think that's Dave's point, is sometimes, you know. But no, I'm sure I don't know. You'd probably be all right with a gun. I mean, you have those other weapons. Josh, thanks for subbing to the channel, man. What's up? Welcome to Corrupted. We're almost...
Actually, most of my knives are actually gone because one guy stole my big knife that I got.
Some
in
kid
Mailbox
get a hold of
Monday.
your
It's
gun.
like-
Bum.
Dave, those racist kids were there to protest and you know it. They were just there to suck the right-wing cock and the way they think. Their protesting was pathetic, and plus who cares about abortion? Let people do whatever they want.
Dick has herpes.
That really has nothing of any value whatsoever and makes no sense.
I get what you're saying, but You know, I get it.
Racist kids.
Still.
Where are you getting that? Oh, these racist kids were there to protest. No,
yeah.
they weren't.
How were they racist? Like we don't
exactly. You got to prove your point. No, and
there
I just
are
wanna
racist
say, Tommy,
kids.
No, I'm not against you having a firearm. I'm just saying that I wouldn't fuck with you if you did have one.
Monday night, what tonight?
Skylar Fat.
What was great?
Oh, this is the Grand Illuminist.
Roman Wayne's.
Oh boy, the Grand Illuminist.
Penis. I like Roman Wayne's penis. My name is Skylar Fat.
This is unnecessary.
This is a prepared statement from the Illuminati. Ever saw Mr. Frost? It is a semi-autobiographical film of a member of us. We'll send him to DC with a MAGA hat and he will try to make someone kill him. The consequences will be tremendous.
Wow, that was the Grand Illuminist. That's a conspiracy right there, maybe. Don McFadden, thank you for subbing to the channel. I appreciate the sub.
Tommy, if you get a pistol, I would suggest a just to start off, maybe a 22 caliber, maybe Luger. I think that fits your style as well.
Just a second.
Is he about to
your
go get a
firearm
weapon?
has to fit your fedora, right?
Is he about to get a weapon?
It's a firearm.
Oh, he's taking a call.
Oh, he's got to take a call. Yeah, you know, he can't.
Oh,
he
that's
can't
right.
miss a call.
I love this. He's so fucking popular that he takes the call during the show. Like he's big.
APZ, yes, we are live. We are live, APZ. And Ryback, get the fuck out of the chat, Ryback. What is going on?
You know what? I actually like that attitude. Fuck your show. I'm going to take a call during your show.
Yeah.
You know what?
You know
Respect, Tommy. Respect.
I've got better things to
Mom's
do.
dead?
I can't be bothered with this long show.
What do you mean, Mom's dead? Oh yeah, I remember.
I told you, bet on blue.
Remember when I raped her that time and nobody cared because I used my autism as a thing. Oh yeah.
Just stick the gasoline out back. We'll do it later.
And I'd like 10 orders of Wendy's cheeseburgers.
Oh my! Clean your fingernails. Jesus Christ! Did anybody see that? Did anybody see that? Look at Tommy's face.
I'll blow you just like this.
My computer screen is my mirror.
Tommy's hands look like Mean Gene Okerlund's hands. Like right before.
No, they look like Andre the Giant's hands, man. I wouldn't get in a hand's reach of Tommy, man. He'd rip me apart.
Tommy, what was that phone call about?
That was just a friend of mine.
Like do we know him?
Uh-huh.
Which one?
The pizza delivery guy.
What do you mean you know I know him?
Jacob got another 6 months.
No, actually, interesting fact, he got out recently.
Yeah, but who was on the phone?
Jail.
Which one of your friends?
Danny MT.
Oh, okay. What did he say?
He was just calling to see how I was doing. That's all, and I told him I was doing your show.
Oh yeah, you probably told him like, can you kill Joe for me, Danny MT?
No, I did not say.
Did you just complete a sentence, or are you burping?
No, I said, no, I did not say that to him.
Well, you did before though. He still
I
wants.
never said kill. I never still. I said kill Joe.
He still wants to beat up Ken. He said to me, because he still thinks he's a scumbag. You aware of this?
No, I wasn't aware of that. He wanted to beat up Ken.
What would you think if Danny MT like physically assaulted Ken?
I would try to stop the fight as much as I could.
Yeah, you'd be somewhat responsible for some of it.
My name is Kane and I'm donating.
Yo, Kane.
Damn, Dave, we need you more on these shows. You are far better to listen to than jobbers such as Troy. I watched old episodes of Monetize This a few weeks ago. You and JB arguing is perfect.
Dickie Nas.
I appreciate that.
You're a
and
good
yeah,
guy.
JB and me arguing is pure gold. I look forward to perhaps the next chance that I may have to argue with that cuck soy boy piece of garbage.
Well, Troy and Dave would have really good fights because they're to
No, but I respect JB though. I don't respect Troy. Troy has just proven himself to be just beyond redemption.
Troy is out. I mean, he yells at me, dude. I mean, like that's the weird thing. I do love Troy, but I mean, he yells at me.
The other day, he just treated you with such disrespect when you were trying to be, have a good conversation. Him and Leah were basically just, teaming up on you without even presenting you with facts. And when you wouldn't see it his way, he would just be like, "Oh, you're just retarded. No, you're stupid." It's like, if you really valued discourse, you wouldn't call somebody an idiot. We have our disagreements. Yeah,
I've found that that's what they do now. Like this is what these people do nowadays.
Ridicule is the last stance of someone who has a crumbling argument. They can't sort of prove anything, so they just got to resort to ridicule. It's disgusting.
And when people get in arguments, sometimes they just think they have to be the dominant one, and they have to force themselves into the conversation. And they're on topic. You literally talking down to you, and you're like, "I'm trying to have a conversation with you, and you're yelling at me."
Exactly.
I am not yelling at you.
That's a good point, though. That's a good point, Tommy. Because again, if you're having a good conversation like we are right now, we don't need to yell over each other. We're able to even if I interrupt you, I'll stop myself. "Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead," and we have a good discussion. But when people start yelling over you, they've lost the argument.
I mean, I've done that before. When I yell at somebody, usually when I believe I'm right. Because if I really believe I'm right, I start. What?
Even when you're wrong.
But when I really believe I'm right, when I really strongly I can't believe that something's going on, I usually start yelling because that's how I get crazy. I can't believe this person thinks that I thought this or that this is what's going on. And so I'm flawed once in a while. I go off the deep end, but just in regular casual conversation, I have people be like, "Well, it's because you're a moron," It's like, well, that's retarded that you said that because that doesn't make any sense. No, it makes sense. You're a moron.
If we could just agree to have different opinions, be like, okay, well, we can't agree. Have a good day, and we could be, cordial and civil. We wouldn't have the division that we're seeing right now.
Yeah, no, I know where Troy's coming from now because I used to be this. I'm very emotional too about I really want things to be this happy way or whatever, but it's not that way, and so you can't just make it happen. And then if somebody doesn't agree with it, you can't just be like, well, you're an asshole moron. That's not going to help anything. But I get it. And Troy will be back next week, and we'll have a lot of fun. And I enjoyed, Troy. But I never thought that I would be called a Republican by my liberal.
It's hilarious that you get called everything. You get called a conservative. You get called a liberal. You get called everything, and it's just it's none of the above.
That's people can't believe it. They're like, what? You must be affiliated with one of these sides, or you're. It's crazy. Yeah, I get hate by everybody. I've never seen it before. And it's dangerous to not pick a side and go hard on that side because you end up just making everybody mad.
There's nothing wrong with being a centrist or libertarian. I mean, well, there might be a few things, but the bottom line is that there's nothing wrong with not agreeing with everyone. You could be in the center and not have the same opinions, but still be civil. And that's what these people don't get. It's like, well, you've got to believe what we think or you're part of the other side. It's like, no, there's various beliefs. Genders might be binary, but political views are a spectrum.
It's like I can even see a lot of the other sides of things. I get it. I get that, why the pro-lifers think that way and why people think the other way. And I hold some weird middle ground on that, which is even weirder. Because if you believe it's killing babies, that's pretty crazy. I might agree with that. You're killing some kind of life development. I know you are, but I'm okay with it to a certain extent. But but if you don't take one of the sides of the other, it's like you're an asshole or whatever. And it's weird. It's well, you are defending a woman's right to choose. That's cool. I get that. But these people believe they're defending a innocent life who you can't. And the weird thing is, a lot of times the person who's more of a scientist or a liberal and a Star Trek person on the left, is the one who's saying, oh no, it's a woman's right over a life development. And it's weird because it's isn't this your thing, science in the beginning of a life? But I get on, so I become on the middle on that, and that makes people angry too, because it's kind of like, how can I possibly fall in the middle on that? But I do. So I see both sides of things, and I get that there's religious people too who believe it for religious reason, but at the same time, I want to get religion out of all that other bullshit. But anyway, let's play the Keemstar thing.
Isn't it interesting that you're able to see both sides, and a lot of conservatives are able to, but it just seems right now that the extreme left is unable to do the same. And again, you even talked about this the other day, and I've been saying this forever, is that it's not that, some people are conservatives, is that the left moved so far to the left that everyone that was to the right of them, even if they were classical liberals, even if they were centrists, were basically by de facto were pushed to the right only because the left went so far to the left. So, people who weren't considered conservative before, they were total liberals, are now considered conservatives, not by themselves, but by the left.
Yeah, it's very strange. You're attacking your own people, and it's like making it really weird. And what happens is people become scared, and they're like, "Where can I go to be protected?" And it's like, "This isn't my party. They're attacking me now." So
But why are we at the point where people are scared to share their opinions? Because they might be considered racist or bigoted or whatever the case may be. And
control.
They were liberals fucking 10 years ago.
It's about some kind of crazy control. It's actually like the new religion, like it's like the new religious thing. Like people used to do this for Catholics years ago, I feel like, and now it's these people who don't have a religion who are creating their own because it's empty. It's weird. It's very strange. I could get into an hour discussion about it, but let me get into the Keemstar thing so people won't kill themselves, and we'll get back to this another time. I think this is the Keemstar thing.
Wait, where do you get weapon parts from?
Boxes, I think.
This guy, so this guy donated Joe Cronin as God.
Breaching charge.
Yeah, that's only really good if you're playing against other people.
No, we are playing against other people. We're gonna get some.
Little does Keem know I'm good at this game, and I could have helped him, but he has to play with one Australian guy because they're the only people awake.
Up, and we're gonna turn the bosses on. Hot $5 coming in from I can't read your name, but you said Keemstar is God. Thank you. Thank you.
So he wrote it as Keem is God instead.
For the $5. I don't know if I'm God, but I appreciate that.
So the guy does it again, I guess.
Fucking YouTube channel that gets too pussy. He's that scared.
And now he goes off about me.
We will win. 100 Murda H-Men says Keemstar is God. Joe Cronin is a loser. Wow. I'm not a fan of Joe Cronin either. I get it.
Why keep talking? Because you're afraid of him?
That guy's just a weird psycho, dude. Like, he makes videos that gets like 100 views, and then he uploads, and they literally get.
Now keep in mind, he's streaming now for 120 people. He was streaming for 120 people, and he says that I make videos that get 100 views, and I'm like, oh my god. See, that's one of those things. Like, that's inaccurate. I get a couple thousand views at least, and my live stream will have maybe 800 people watching most times, and your live stream is 120. Now, if you went live on Drama Alert, I get it, you have thousands, but it's just kind of like, what the fuck, dude?
Get 100 views, and he's like, Keemstar's afraid of me. He's afraid of me. That pussy. He's that scared motherfucker. No, bitch, you're a fucking complete nobody. Like, I don't. What, you criticize me? What do you think I'm gonna do? Jump on a live stream with you and debate you or something? Like, or make a video and talk about you on my fucking YouTube channel that gets 2 million views when you're over here pulling 100 views? Like, you're a fucking complete random. Fuck.
So the reason why, basically the reason why I call him pussy is because what it is he's gone on shows that are tiny shows, like 20,000 subscriber channels, guys that get half the views I get. He's gone on their shows and talk shit about me. So I call him and say, hey, come on, why don't you come on my show? We'll talk about this bullshit if you want to fucking go or whatever. And, he said this and that on all these different people's shows all over the place. And then he says that, no, I'm not, you're not worthy of that because you're just a little whatever. But, well, why do you go on all these other shows that are half the size of mine and get in fights with people or debate people, but you wouldn't come on mine? So I'm left to surmise that the only reason why you won't come on because you've gone on people's shows that you liked but you disagreed with. You've gone on people's shows that you hated, disagreed with. And with me, you won't come over here, but I clearly get more views than those people, and you call me irrelevant. That makes me think that you are maybe you're scared of me. And so it's actually a fairly reasonable thing to think. I get the idea that, like, you don't need me. You don't need to come on my little show. You have millions of views. I get that. I already get that. But the problem is you've already proved thousands of times that you will debate and go at people who have 10,000, 5,000, 20,000 subscribers and people who get way less views than me. You've already proved that, and you've already talked shit on those channels. So me calling you out isn't some random act for attention as much as it's a me being like, dude, why don't you finally fucking own up to this shit, figure out what the problem is, come on here and talk about it, or offline or on your whatever you want. I don't care. But the fact is, you haven't done it with me. You've done it with almost everybody else. So I think you're scared, and that's what I believe.
You know what, Keemstar? You're irrelevant to us. You're irrelevant to us because all you are is a scumbag that, honestly berates people by their subs. You look down on people if they don't have enough subs. And you're irrelevant to us, Keemstar. That's what it is.
I get it. I get what he's doing. I totally get it. I'd do the same thing maybe if I was in his point. My point is the contradiction of how he's handled many other people.
That's something I wanted to say is that I'm actually surprised that after all this, he still hasn't even spoken to you, on a video or something.
The only time he
what
ever
does it
spoke
cost
to me?
if he's in such a superior moral stance?
A while back ago, he blocked me in the DMs because I pitched to him about having Joe and Ken taking over the spot on Baited Podcast, and he said no, and then he blocked me in the DMs again.
Maybe he hates us because of Tommy. I was thinking about that. I was like, maybe he hates me more because Tommy. It's like Vince McMahon, when people would suggest things too many times to Vince, he would actually never do it because he just got sick of hearing about it. So maybe that's what's going on. But my point is, Keem reached out to me saying, he would destroy fucking JD or anybody I wanted as long as I gave him information about my former co-host, Tommy C. So he literally came at me in DMs asking for all this shit. And I've got the screenshots still. And he's like, let's go, man. I'll go to war. We'll take care of all your problems, and then we'll go at Tommy. And he wanted to do that. And I just said, man, you're just trying to use me. So that's bullshit. I was like, I'm not doing that unless you fucking do something for me first or something. Like, So I get his game, and I get what he's saying because I would handle someone that way too. But I also will go and confront people. How many times did I call fucking Alien Man's show? And every time I did, they basically, I made a joke because their whole show was about, fucking drama talk and stuff like that. So I made little jokes trying to be funny, like, all right, well, I'll give you this. And they took that, clipped it, sent it to people like Ken and other people and said I said stuff about them. And it's like, dude, that was clearly a joke, you dummy. Like, I came on here to face whatever music you want to have. And they did. They brought some stuff to me, and I said I didn't agree with most of it. And maybe I agree with some of it. And, there's people that say I'm perfect, all this stuff. I think I'm perfect. I am not. We know I'm not perfect. Come on. Like, sometimes I joke around. I say I'm real as fuck and I'm the realest thing, whatever. But, I fucked up a whole bunch. I know I have. And I will say it when I think I did. And sometimes I won't think I did. And if you tell me I did, maybe I'll think about it and I'll think, oh, maybe I did. And maybe I don't. It can be any way, but I'm not afraid to talk about anything with anybody. That's just the way it is. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. It's just, I get it. It's just, I think he's scared or that, or he hates me so much. Maybe he hates me so damn much that he doesn't want to respond. But I came up in his chat. I did not, bring him up. I came in there asking, why are you talking about me?
Off. Like, that's like me saying, Tom Cruise is a loser, and then fucking movie star, fucking Mr. Mission Impossible, Mr. fucking been in the business for 50 fucking years, super mega movie star, doesn't respond to my claim. Yeah, he's scared of me. Tom Cruise is scared of me. Like, do you know how fucking delusional?
Yeah, but that's a bad analogy. The analogy would actually be Tom Cruise goes on multiple tiny radio stations around the country, talks shit about you, and then you call Tom Cruise out and he won't respond to you. What are you going to call Tom Cruise? Probably a pussy. And then say you're afraid of him. He's afraid of you, right? That's what I did. So he left that whole part out of the story. Yeah, it's not just someone attacking Cruise for his... Because that happens to me all the time. People attack me all the time. Random little channels and people like, Joe Cronin, you pussy, you're afraid to face me. Who are you? I don't know who you are. But with Keemstar, he does know who I am, and he talks shit about me. So then I responded, and then he wonders why. And then, I don't know, he has brain damage.
Delusional that guy is.
But when he said I was a psychotic retard or whatever, that was great. Now I come in the chat at some point and I say, what do you guys... I heard people are talking about me.
Look at
Go faster.
And that's when
20%.
he just like fucking flips his lid.
Dude, I need these fucking kill a...
Are you going to kill it with one bullet?
No, of course not.
I mean, that's not a hard game, but...
Trying to get to the part where he says it.
To kill the
Oh, here it was. So I come in, now I came in the chat and I said, anyone know who was talking about me and why and what's going on?
and I don't have the
because people started hitting me up on Twitter saying, "Hey, I heard Keemstar mention you earlier." A couple people did. This is all gay fucking little kid stuff, but it's funny to me.
Don't have to what?
The cordage.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Give me a hell yeah!
Doesn't
Way
that
off
just get
topic,
stuck?
but loved the SmackDown review, and Joe is godfucking trash.
Hey, Team Garza, what's up, Team Garza? Thank you for that, man. I thought we had a good SmackDown review because, yeah, we really went through we actually had a review. We actually reviewed it from top to bottom, and we had a good time doing it. We had a lot that we could talk about. I felt like there was a lot to talk about.
Can you hit that?
Yeah.
Thanks, Team Garza.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. Wait. Joe Cronin shows in your chat.
Yeah, what? So?
Oh.
He was literally here on an alt account, like donating, like talking about himself. The guy's a loser.
So he thinks that I went on a different account and donated to him about me randomly. And then a few minutes later come in and say, "What's everyone talking about?"
How narcissistic of him.
I mean, like, what the fuck? That's the weirdest thing. Like, I don't even know. That's like, I mean, I tried to tell him,
It's narcissistic. It's like, oh, it must be him. Like, obviously it would be him because it's, I'm such a great person. He's gonna want to latch on to me, and it's insane. This person is fucking going through mental gymnastics to convince themselves that you're behind this alternate account.
Now people do that stuff, so I get it. I kind of get what he's saying, but again, when I'm like, dude, I didn't even know you were streaming. I had no idea you even stream any more of these games or whatever. I'm on Twitter, and I was rendering something, and I was getting my Twitter DMs are coming up. I looked at my DMs, and I saw someone say that people were talking about me. So I come over there, I say something, and then they start talking about me. And I'm like, now they're talking about me again, and then they're saying I'm the alt account. I'm like, what alt account he's talking about? So then I had to go back and watch and see the guy who donated. And I'm like, oh, I know that guy. That's the guy who goes around donating and says, fight Joe Cronin, or Joe Cronin talked about you, whatever, and he's funny. He does.
He can literally cross-reference that too. He can look it up and see it wasn't you.
What do you mean?
I would assume he's using Streamlabs, right?
No, there's super chats, so you can't tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't tell if it's a super chat. But I just tried to tell him, I'm like, dude. But it's just like he always thinks the worst of whatever, and it's like what the fuck, dude? That's some like 14-year-old stuff.
I always found it interesting during the interview with Leafy, he made sure to push my name. Like, what about Tommy NC? Tommy NC 2010. And he's like, oh, I never did anything to Lee. I never did. I didn't go hard on him. I didn't go hard on him at all. He made sure to push my name, like, as he was interviewing Leafy when Leafy came back for that interview, that one-time interview.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, people want to use you like crazy around that time. You know, I mean, that was insane, you know. But that was the goal, man. We wanted you to get that attention. That was our goal from the beginning was like, wow, we're going to be able to use this. Like, I knew immediately, like, you'd be able to use that to help you if you played the fucking pity party and made sure you put it out there. You got to put the pity party out there. And it worked. Fuck them. We won. We won because we did that. If you made a rage video, it probably would have went nowhere pretty much. But because of that, man, you won, dude. Leafy made the only apology video he's ever made, and it was. It was a shitty one, but
when I'm with people that are like not really with YouTube, I tell them, I say, I play the video for them. I even played it for Chusey, and Chusey looked at me and he's like, "That's not an apology video. That's like he's saving face. That's all he's doing."
Yeah, he was covering his ass in that video. It was a fake thing.
It was stupid. What's interesting is I made a video on my channel saying, Leafy, let's sit down, let's have a conversation. And the cocksucker would not contact me. And I tweeted at him on Twitter multiple times. Even after everything had settled down, he wouldn't contact me. He wouldn't follow me back. And I'm like, you're a gutless coward, Leafy.
Dude, a man would have...
You've been on Tosh.0 2 times now, so fuck Leafy.
Yeah, dude, if Leafy was a man, or like even like a respectable person, he would have reached out to you privately too. And he would have said, dude, I make videos making fun of people all the time. It had nothing to do with that. I hope you understand that. And then maybe you would have made a video too saying like, hey guys, you know, leave Leafy alone with the hate. You know, it was a joke. He treated me like he treated everybody else. And that's actually how I've always wanted to be treated. So I get that now. And then he could have been cool with you. And then he could have came on your show and it would have been awesome. But instead he made this half-assed apology that was just like really stupid. Like it was really obvious. Like he didn't really want to do it. It's like, dude.
Except what he did was here's what he did. Instead of coming to me,
he should have made a fuck you video. You know, Tommy, I would have had more respect for Leafy if he made a video saying, not gonna apologize, fuck off. Like that would be, I'd have more respect for him if he'd made that video.
But instead of coming to me and just talking to me, what he does is he goes to Keemstar and sends his attack dog after me, trying to prove that I'm fake and that I'm just an actor, and trying to prove that, and that's when your former co-host got involved and everything started untwining. And, you know, it was just like, I'm like, he could have simply just came to me, came on Tommy Talks or a podcast that I had on my channel, and we could have talked over the subject of him talking.
Could have even done it privately, though. That's what Joe was saying.
Yeah,
and he didn't.
It would have been better for views. It would have been better for views.
No, but
Tommy
even if he didn't want to have
goes
views,
up
though.
against Leafy.
Yeah, he still could.
Nothing stopped him. That's the point. Nothing stopped him from contacting you.
He still could have been public with you. You guys still could have treated it like a show, like YouTube, but had a private conversation to set the record straight. You know, behind the scenes. I mean, I'm not trying to be all high and mighty because I'm not the best with those type of conversations either. I've had a lot of situations where if I had just called somebody, you know, I could have solved something, and I kind of treated it more like kind of a joke, like, whatever, it's all the YouTube, who cares anyway. But, you know, and then other people are left thinking, like, what's Joe thinking on what's going on, you know? So I've been guilty of that plenty of times, you know, where I don't communicate well.
After 2016, I pretty much learned what my image was on YouTube. After the 2016 went down, I learned it wasn't Tommy and C2010 positivity. It was autistic man, and that's all it was. And I'm like, that made me angry, so bitter for the longest time that they would want to define me. And in my video, I never say anything about me being autistic. I never say, while I'm pouring my heart out, that I'm autistic. Please pity me. I'm saying I'm being bullied by somebody, and his fans are targeting me, and I can't take it anymore. I'm leaving YouTube. That's all I said in my video, and then people see my autism doesn't define me, and they pile that on there, and they're just like, okay, it's just like the liberal media. They push their agenda for what they want and show the bullshit behind a story about a guy getting bullied
Conservative
by
media
a bigger
does it.
YouTuber.
Conservative media does it too, but I agree with you.
How long has Keemstar been dating women to hide the fact that he's a faggot?
I wonder, dude, I remember I have him on video yelling at his wife or something. Like he was doing something and he was like, get the fuck out of here. Like, it was really weird. In fact, I bet you I have it right now. Let's pull it up.
So Drew, you're saying that not only he has a beard on his face, but he also has a beard on his arm?
Let me see. Keem. Maybe I might have to go to my hard drive, my backup hard drive, my fucking 4 terabyte hard drive that's about to fill up. Can you believe that that's almost filled up? That's from the last 2 years.
Damn.
Keem.
Probably a lot of good clips in there.
There's a lot of good shit in there, including one video of me jerking off somewhere. Nah, I don't know where. I'm looking it up, and I hope I have it. Nah, fuck, I don't have it. Where did it go? Oh, it's so funny. His kid or his wife or whatever, they're coming in the back like, do you want this for dinner? And he's like, working! And he's like, yelling at him.
I think maybe because he didn't want for the fans to see her.
Well,
because his fans are vicious.
It's all the same. It's multiple things. First of all, I could see he's the type of guy when he's streaming and working on stuff, like he doesn't want people popping in. But also, yeah, she was on cam and things. But yeah, I mean,
What is Keemstar's demographic like? Is it just a bunch of 14, year olds, or is it like older?
It's mostly kids, I feel like, but it's also kind of like
85%.
Like the cool kids. You know, the cool kids from school. Like you got to have the best hat.
No,
and
the cool
best
kids
shoes.
fucking watch PewDiePie.
Well, our cool kids.
He's fucking based as fuck.
The smart kids watch PewDiePie. You know what I mean?
That's debatable, but I'm just saying that.
Well, okay, you're right. A lot of people watch some of, because some of PewDiePie's stuff is just like, derp, but it's like a lot of, but some of his stuff is interesting.
It pushes limits that Keem does not push.
Tommy, we may joke with you, but you realize it's tough heart.
Fade to Black, thank you for that donation, man. Tommy, we may joke with you. Yeah, we love you, Tommy. But yeah, Keemstar's, PewDiePie is kind of like, he's like the guy, he's like a guy in a band that plays like crappy music, but when they're outside the band, he's like a great guitarist, but you never hear that in the band because that's not the style they're playing. So when PewDiePie allows brilliance to come out in videos, you're like, wow, this is brilliant. Like a lot of his other stuff is just anybody could do that, but wow, he's really got some depth to him that we didn't know about. Like
one of the comments that Keemstar said to me one time, it really kind of still messed with my head when he called me a autistic retard irrelevant.
I have that clip. I saved that in case I ever wanted to fucking be like, look at Keem calling him an autistic retard.
Yeah, that comment still sticks in my head. That still messes with me when I get depressed sometimes.
You know what?
You can actually sue for mental trauma on that one.
Yeah, now you can sue for mental trauma. But you know what? We have Tommy on record saying that he wants to eat Keemstar.
I never said that.
No, I've got it. We were playing Halo one night, and Tommy, you said, Joe, if I ever could, either murder somebody or like eat somebody's like because I had to, I would eat Keemstar and I would kidnap Keemstar.
It's like that Alex Jones clip that you got. He wants to eat his face.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, I want to bite his face off. I'll bite
Joe,
his damn
I got
face.
a question for you.
Yeah.
People drink too much. What are they?
Drunks?
No.
My family?
No.
Drinkers?
No. What are they?
I don't know.
People?
Drunks?
Drunk?
No.
Okay, I don't know.
Ketchup?
No, okay. People that take drugs too much, what are they?
Oh, I thought you said people who are drink too
Addicts?
No.
much. Oh, I get it. Okay.
I don't get it.
Yeah, they're. I don't know.
Addicted.
Addicted. Yeah, addicts. Tape said addicts.
Joe, what hit you in the face last night?
Oh, I get it. Addicted.
Damn
Jesus. Who told you that one?
Okay, I get it.
I was
like
on
that.
TikTok and I was scanning
Addicted.
through and I saw a TikTok of that. I was like, this girl tricking her mother, and she got her to say, you know, like she says, okay, say addicted after every sentence, and she's like, okay, what do people do when they drink? Addicted. She's like, what do people do to take drugs? Addicted. And she's like, what hit your like addicted?
Did they were they like a simple playing groupie 15 years ago or something?
I couldn't tell. It just sounded like a young girl. Because I just scan through TikTok and I just like see what ones I want to do, what clips I want to do a TikTok to.
TikTok.
That could be the basis of a good joke. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Addicted. Like I could think of a good joke that would fit well. And Tommy, you could probably actually do the joke itself and make people laugh. But there's a joke there. I'm sure of it.
I got a joke for you guys. Elephant walks up to a naked man. He looks at the man. He says, "How do you breathe through that tiny thing?"
Monica interrupts this joke.
My name is Kane and I'm donating.
The champion of Monetize This has interrupted.
Hey bitch, I'm still waiting for the belt. Those neon lights of the Vegas Strip is waiting to see the gold on the champ's shoulder.
Oh yeah, baby. Oh, Monica, send me your address right now in DMs on Twitter. I'm going to the post office tomorrow. Monica, send me your address in the DMs. And I promise not to send you pictures of myself. Monica, the champion, has chimed in. She'll be defending the belt on episode 200 of Monetize This.
Ooh,
How long does it take to get that belt across the country?
Yeah, a while. No, it should take. She should get it in about 4. She'll probably get it Wednesday or Thursday if I send it tomorrow.
Is the USPS actually affected by the government shutdown?
I've been getting my.
No, it's not.
No, yeah, because they're like different in a way. But we almost couldn't get the house because of it. We were 2 days away from not being able to buy this house. Can you believe that? I would have searched for Donald Trump myself. Like, I would have been so pissed off. Like, dude, like, everything in their mother has stopped me from getting, like, a place to live.
No, in fact, POTUS blessed you.
I guess so.
He was looking over your shoulder and saying, good.
I know a family, though, that was living in a U-Haul for 2 weeks. I don't know if they still are now.
It is terrible, though. And, I mean, here's the problem, though. The crash in 2018 caused the problem that you guys are facing now, because they were handing out loans at 0 interest rate, not even questioning people's ability to pay them off and stuff, and they fucked over your situation. That's why you've been looking for a house for so long, because the market was just fucked over. And it's unfortunate that, the situation can become like that when you get all these fucking disgusting welfare payments to the banks on Wall Street that never pay it off and then force you to pay interest on the money that you get out from them.
Yeah, they bailed the banks out, not the people. And, the other thing is...
the people with that.
If I actually made too much money to get the loan, but anybody out there who's trying to get a house, I don't know if you guys know this, but if you never thought about a house or you're thinking about a house, FHA right now, if you make like $30, $40, or $50 or $60,000, or even if you make more, even if you make like $90,000, I believe, FHA there's a program that's real easy. All you have to do is go to 2 classes, and they give you 0% down on and you get a 30-year FHA mortgage. On a home, and you don't have to pay anything down. So if you're like, well, I don't have the down payment, the only thing you have to remember out there, if you're young or if your credit's bad right now, build your credit. Make sure your credit's good. That's the only thing that's going to hold you back at this point right now. So I imagine it'll be about the same next year in a year. The rates are going up, though. So the monthly rates are going up. And it was a year and a half ago when we were looking, the rates were like $340. They're now at, I think, 478 or 4 whatever. They're going to hit 5 soon. And again, FHA is you can have a 0 down. So, because I heard a couple people tell me like, yeah, I'll never be able to save the down payment. Oh, you don't need it. You don't need it. Just make sure your credit score is above 640. So, I mean, a lot of people have. That's why a lot of people have houses. But for years, my problem was I couldn't prove my work income. You know, you have to be at a job, and right as we were looking for a house, I got fired from my job or laid off from my job 2 years ago, and then they were like, oh, but I do YouTube. That could whatever. Oh yeah, but you need 2 years of history with that. Oh, okay, I got to wait 2 more years again. And then like 2 days more and I would have been locked out in the government shutdown. It's fucking ridiculous to think about. Unbelievable.
Joe, what is the charges for somebody that, say, steals somebody's credit score and they illegally get it signed? How much jail time can they get?
That's fraud. That's it. It could be. It depends on what they do with the money.
It could be a federal felony.
It could be federal. It could be fraud. It could be embezzlement. It could be wire fraud if they used a computer to do it.
You want to hear something funny? Right now, I've been recently watching McJuggernuggets, and he's been trying to get this house, and he finds this big millionaire house, and he's trying to get have his father do a cosign, but his father won't do it. So he takes what he does is he takes a shirt and takes the document, gets his father to sign the shirt because it bleeds through to the document, and now he is using his father's credit score to apparently buy this house.
Yeah, that he can still be he can still get in trouble for that. I'm sure it's a fake, it's a work, I'm sure, but you could still be in trouble even if you get somebody to sign. If it's under dishonest terms or whatever you want to call it, if you can prove, you know what I mean, which is not, that the other person had no idea what they were signing, and there isn't specific verbiage in a signed document, even if they signed it out of haste or whatever, or ignorance, you can get that overturned. I don't necessarily know if he could 100% be charged with a crime, but it could not hold up. I could say that. I don't know much else about the law beyond that. That's a question for Ben Shapiro. I don't know. What do you think about Ben Shapiro? Do you still think that he's like... Are you into that guy, Dave, still, or do you think that he's sold out? Or
I never was... You're saying still. I was never into that guy. I was...
Really?
There were certain things that,
I like him.
I could see his point and stuff.
You don't like... I like him. It's weird. I always thought he was a piece of shit. But I kind of like him.
It's not the attitude that bothers me. It's what he represents. That's a different thing. I know that
Jews
you had issues where, like, I think the guy is an asshole. It's like, no, the guy deserves to be an asshole for his opinion. But, if you got a problem with the messenger, then you've got the problem. But if you got a problem with the message, that's a good thing. And there's a lot of things in his messages that just, don't make sense. Like, for example, he actually jumped on this whole COVID kids thing and assumed that, these kids harassed the elder and stuff. As soon as it was found out that was false, deleted his tweets and did videos like it never happened. The guy's a fucking two-face. And plus, he's also about open borders for America, but not for Israel. He's a total hypocrite.
That's weird.
He has no problems fucking with Israel taking $35 billion a fucking year of American taxpayer money to build a wall around their country and fucking wage war against the region, but not for America to build their wall to protect themselves, against, all these different crimes that are coming in and terrorism. It's total hypocrisy. It's disgusting.
We love the
Dave,
gays here. We love the. I just want to tell the chat we love the gays here. So any of the gay, what's up to the gays out there? Leah's brother's gay.
When did we start talking about gay people? I was talking about Israel.
I know, but somebody in the chat said something about gay people, and I'm like, all right. But yeah, no, you're right. Well, because Dave, I think that one of the reasons why he does that is because he kind of sees that as his homeland or whatever. So here, if stuff happens, whatever, who cares? As long as that's locked down because of his beliefs, I guess, whatever. I suppose New England loves queers. That's why they won't let Brady leave. That's what Daniel Price says. Yeah, well, we did make marriage illegal first. Well,
Dave.
Those are just haters, Joe. What's up,
I love
Tommy?
Question for you. Do you think the Trailer Park Boys are going to make any more episodes for Netflix, or do you think since
No, I do definitely know that they're going to be making more.
Dude,
I don't know
are they
how
on
they're going to
season
handle
10?
Leahy's. What's that?
Are they on season like 9 or 10?
No. They're on season, I think, what, Tommy, 15?
Yeah, like
14?
Jesus.
Jeez.
And the thing is, John Dunsworth, he passed away, and I hate to see, it's it's going to be a big loss, I think, in my opinion.
Of course it will, but that's the thing, though. They still do tours. You know how they do their tours, like, throughout the cities? Like, Randy is actually doing tours through America and, going to all these theaters and stuff and doing a Trailer Park Boys show.
Shapiro is Alex Jones' lackey and an Israeli apologist.
Wow.
NATO won't do a damn thing about Israel in fear of being viewed as anti-Semitic. Damn terrorists.
Fade to Black, thanks for the donation. It's
Semitic. Semantic is of words, but
I was talking I was talking the other day to this guy. I'm friends with this guy, Owen Benjamin. I'm friends with this guy. He's a comedian. He's been doing a lot of shows recently. And I was talking to him the other day, and then he did a show on it. But I was talking to him about this. And he was like, dude, why do you think that the people that are most persecuted throughout history and all these other things, but they keep surviving and like they're always on top and stuff like that? Why do you think that is? And he was going on a rant about it on his show, and I was like, oh man, this is so fucking funny. It's like burying Shapiro and all that stuff, and I was like, I don't know, it's an interesting point, I guess. They're always on top and control all the money and all the other things, but they're always the most persecuted and stuff like that. He's like, it's all a work. I was like, wow. I don't know. He's a funny guy. I was talking to him with who's the other guy? Tommy might know this other comedian that was on the call with us. He's supposed to be on the show soon, but I forget his name. Fuck it. I'll tell you tomorrow because I'm too tired to remember the guy's name. Funny guy though.
I might know him.
Yeah, you might know this comedian when I remember their name. Yo, shit, what's up, motherfucker?
What's his jokes about?
Owen Benjamin?
Yes, not him though. It's his friend. William something, or I don't remember the guy. He's a black comedian. He's a funny guy. I can't remember his goddamn name. I think his name.
William what?
Nah, it's not William. It's just I can't remember his name. I'll remember it tomorrow. I'll send you a clip of the guy's comedy. He's like he's an English guy though. He's got an English accent. The black guy with an English accent. There's not many of them.
English accent. I don't know if I've heard of him.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll burn you in the fire.
Bell.
What was that? What was that, Drew?
That rings a bell.
I'll ring your fucking bell. I really gotta end this show. I mean, I've been fucking going. I was gonna go like 1 hour tonight. Then the whole Skype thing pissed me off, and I got all fucked up. And then I'm just like sitting here, and Leah doesn't really want to come on tonight. She's all sitting there sipping wine, playing WoW. I'm down in a basement by myself.
Leah's like, shh, quiet. I am sipping wine.
That's basically her mood right now.
That, of course, that was a reference from Samurai Pizza Cat. So it was like, shh, quiet. I am sipping tea.
I'm like, want to come on and fight with Dave?
That was a good show, though. I like that show.
Yes,
yeah, that was good.
That was the only copy that I had when I was a kid. My mom found it at a garage sale, and I used to watch that over and over again. It was one of my all-time favorite cartoons growing up when I was little in the 90s.
I've got some wine going on right here in this regular glass. It was full, and it's almost gone. I don't know why. I'm just lazy to go to the beer cabinet, which is outside, because I was building all this shit outside the other day. Dave, I'm doing things that I didn't even know I could do. You know what I mean? Like shit's just broken everywhere. And I'm like finding out for the first time that I can fix shit. You know what I mean?
You now truly are a man.
You're now a guy. Yeah, you're
a man. A man.
You're the head of the house.
But
Hail Cronin. Hail.
But I'm like a bad man. Like so if you walked in on me doing something, you would see me fuck it up like 3 or 4 times. But by the time I'm done, I did it right. But it took like so many times. But all you see is the result. So you're like, wow, he did that. That's epic.
The great thing is you've got that fire pit now that you can go out to relax, have a beer, and just chill.
Yeah, I'm going to do a couple. I think I'm going to start in the summer or spring or whatever. I'm going to do some streams out there. Our fireplace is operational too, which is crazy. The guy was like, yeah, you need to get this thing fixed or whatever. But he's like, if you're lighting a fire every once in a while, he's like, you'll be good. I'm like, that's fucking awesome. Because if the power goes out, we have a fireplace. It's like, dude, where we used to be, the power goes out, you're just fucked. There's
Are you a
nothing
little
do.
further away from the water now?
Oh, yeah, I'm 50 minutes away.
So you won't be flooded by any potential, superstorm?
Go look up Foxborough. We're in Foxborough. If you go look up Foxborough, Mass, it's the Patriots play in Foxborough. It's like.
Do you remember that storm that basically you took a photo of somebody on your street with a canoe?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
you want to be as far away from that as possible.
Well, I said that to Leah. I go, Leah, if a fucking anything hits the ocean, even if there's like an earthquake that hits the ocean, like we're fucking wiped out right here. Like we are done. We are on a peninsula that's stuck out into the water, and surrounding us is the real ocean. It's not the fucking harbor or somewhere else or a lake. This is the ocean right there. That's England. We're going to England if we go that way. So we are below sea level. This is like we are fucking screwed. And I said this for years, and I lived there since 1995. So I was like, if it, I always said to my mom, like, someday we're gonna get fucking trapped here or something. Never happened. Then it finally happened. Finally happened last year, as you remember. National Guard driving through, and where we are right now, dude. I looked at the map. I'm 280 feet above sea level.
Nice.
Right now, on the top of this hill. It's fucking crazy. We were technically 2 feet above sea level or something like that at the old place. But dude, I'm over hundreds of feet above sea level now. Epic. Except for that,
I'll survive a tsunami.
I might not survive that giant tree in the back though. That thing falls, we're dead. It's fucking crazy.
You're gonna have to hire somebody to take it down, probably, right?
I think I'm gonna have someone try. Maybe in the summer. So I looked at it, and I read this company up the street was showing trees that they take down, and I saw the different trees for different prices, and they were like, sometimes it can be more. I'm gonna bet that tree's about 1,000 or more to take down, maybe 1,500, because there's not only is there one tree going up the middle, but then there's this 2 other ones coming off it. It's like there's 3 trees. So
I still feel like you're on the cheap end of saying
Joe,
that.
my best advice for you is, can I throw this advice out for you?
All right.
Get the tree company to cut down the tree, and then what you do is you put out an article somewhere, say, hey, free firewood, whoever wants to get their chainsaws, come up to my house, cut up the tree, and that's how you get rid of it.
Well, here's the other problem. It's a pine tree, and I believe, say the people cut it down, right? I would have the people cut it down, it cost 1,000, 1,500, whatever it costs. But then I would sell the wood. But it's a pine tree, and I'm being told that pine sucks to burn. Is there anything? And if anybody,
no, pine is white. If it's a white pine, it's great for burning.
Well, then I don't know what people are saying to me about that, but I mean,
pine can be used for a lot of different things, but I find it great for burning because it's just easy to catch flame.
Because I'll tell you something, Joe. Here in the north, when you cut down a tree and you tell a bunch of the rednecks here in town, hey, there's a tree cut down, you want some firewood? Oh, they'll come with their chainsaws and they'll run for that wood.
No, but the problem is, Tommy, legally, you need somebody who's bonded and who's basically insured to be able to cut down a tree like that, because there's a lot of danger in regards to that. So, it's going to cost a fair bit of money to be able to get somebody with the proper equipment in that backyard to take that tree down. And it's not going to be like timber, one cut. They're going to have to take it down slowly, piece by piece, to make sure that it's safely.
Yeah, I would have this is going to require a crane and a real mega professional company to come in and because you got to cut the thing from the top down, and you're going to be up there in a crane cutting it from the top down, cutting the branches off first probably, and it's going to be a process. I'm willing to. I thought $3,000 myself, but this company I found online says anywhere between $300 to $1,500. But then I saw that some other things are more, and when I saw some of the trees that they had charged more for, maybe I was like, oh, this is going to be more than fuck, and I don't have that money, so, but, it's one of those things. But the trees, this tree's been here a while, It survived the other 2 hurricanes that happened here. You know, it's had a couple 130-mile-an-hour winds, and it's still here. So
I mean, just to be safe, Joe, I'm just saying because
Yeah.
you say that now, but then once you get a good breeze, and then all of a sudden, you know,
I was staring at it today. We had 38-mile-an-hour winds today.
That's what house insurance is for.
But my kid. See, I'm worried about that. The kids are right on.
I
those,
hear you, but
like, I don't know. Like they come down that. It's fucking,
go fund me a fucking tree takedown.
As far as the
I could do
pine,
that.
I wanted to say this: the pine.
Damn, you're still on, Joe. I was play Resident Evil 2.
Oh, what's up? I'm so old school. Thanks for the $2, buddy.
Is that a new game that everyone's talking about?
Yeah, I didn't know we could play it. Can we play it? I would love to know. I would have known. I would have had Leah play it with me tonight. Yeah, Resident Evil 2 is remastered and coming out.
Oh, nice.
Is that really out? If he is, I'm a fucking idiot. I should have been playing it tonight. No, the tree is not dead. The tree is very healthy. The tree looks good. Tree's epic.
As far as the pine wood, I think a lot of what people are thinking is if you're going to do it like in in your indoor fireplace, because of the sap and everything involved, it can like get into the inner workings of your chimney, and shit gets fucked up. But if you're outdoors,
Yeah, I was thinking just for outdoors.
yeah,
Joe, is the tree that good?
just like
Yeah.
any other wood.
It's
just
too
like
bad
any other wood.
because-
You want to just stand there and breathe in the smoke all night, but.
It's too bad if it does that, because it'd be awesome, because you have 2 decisions: sell all the wood to somebody and have them truck it off and just let everybody. Now that's what you could do. You could say, hey, wood for sale for like almost nothing. Like come and grab as much as you can for $10. You know, who cares? And people would come by the truckloads.
No, but
probably.
think of it this way: if it really is that big, you could sell it to artists and furniture manufacturers who could take the log and then cut slices out of it to make like a thick table and stuff. Like you could potentially have some good money on your hands with this sort of thing.
Well-
you just have to find the right buyer.
Here's the other thing. I could look up videos on what you can make out of trees, learn how to make it, then reproduce it replicate it over and over again, and sell it on like Etsy. Like real, and I'd make it. You could fucking have a business from that. Until you're done it. And then by the time, you probably sold enough, you probably pay for the tree cutting down. I mean, I don't know, stupid shit like that, but you're right. You can probably just make it easier on yourself and sell it without having to do work.
Joe, have you ever operated a chainsaw? Just curious.
Yeah, I grew up in New Hampshire.
Just curious.
Only because until I was 10, I lived in New Hampshire. And when I first moved to Boston, my mother's ex-boyfriend was a piece of shit we know about. But he was also, while he kind of was a piece of shit, he taught me things. He did teach me things. Like, even though I didn't get to hang out with my friends some weekends, I'd have to go, work on the shipyard or whatever with them. It was really weird. People that knew about this were like, dude, you were like child labor. And I was like, I know. I welded. He taught me how to weld. I cut stuff with a torch. I cut up boats. I sandblasted. I sanded. I painted boats. I drove boats at 11 years old.
Jeez.
I picked up. I used a boom truck and crane to pick up moorings. One time we had 2 more moorings to pick up, and he got so drunk that he passed out. But we had marked the buoys with the GPS in 1996. The GPS. Marked the buoys, and I drove the boat to the buoys, anchored the boat, climbed down into the boom truck, picked up the fucking moorings, put them on the boat, and still drove the boat, the LCM landing craft, by the way. Our boat was an LCM landing craft that they used in World War II. I drove the boat back to the fucking dock, and he woke up like, did you get him? And I'm like, yeah. And we went home. I did that stuff. It was crazy. My life was fucking crazy. Like, it's really weird.
Were you nervous at all?
Oh, yeah. I was, like, terrified. But I was more nervous that if I didn't do it or if I did something wrong, that he was going to wake up and, like, flip the fuck out on me. So that terror made me do it. And, yeah, so it's weird how that's kind of an awful thing, but how a good thing comes from an awful thing. They signed me up for sailing classes. I didn't want to take sailing classes. But now when I think back on those sailing classes, times in the summer sailing, it's like a really good, fond memory now. And
I
know,
bet you can tie a mean
Joe, did you
ass knot.
sail?
I can
Yes, I sailed.
I
sailed.
The first knot I ever tied was a bowline. I learned to bowline immediately.
You know what reference that's from, Joe?
Yeah. What about Bob?
Yes.
I love What About Bob.
Oh my God, that movie.
There's the tree. Look at that.
The house it kind of looks like Satan a little bit.
It looks like a trident or Raphael's sigh, but it goes way above the house.
I am Joe's tree.
I am the tree.
And I will destroy this house.
I will kill you. It is scary. This is not scary because it's like a shot downward, but the shot upward of it over the house, when you look at it, you're like, oh my God, this thing comes down, we're fucked. We're dead, everyone. Trying to find another shot of it where it's like
I'm sure you can find a competitive price to get it cut down. I mean, you could leave a large stump up there. I mean, here's the thing. If you were to cut those branches off at the top but leave the stump, you could potentially maybe build a treehouse on top of that.
Can you imagine the fort? Like, so right here, Dave, like if you cut right, maybe even where the picture ends. If you even cut right up there.
It looks like a monster from that end. Like this sadistic.
It looks like eyes right here.
I see the eyeballs.
Oh my God, dude. It looks like eyes and like a mouth that's sewed shut. Oh my God, is that... Look at this. It's terrifying. Look at this. Oh my God, dude.
That's a good eye, Tommy. Tommy's got a good eye.
That is a good eye.
Yeah, now you know you've got to cut that thing down.
Now you... But to the right of it, let me show you this. To the right of it is this.
Things. I saw that thing years ago. It was throwing out.
Blair Witch Project tree.
Look at this. Then you get another one. Look at this one. What if that one comes down? Look at that one.
Whee!
This one's leaning more towards the neighbor's house, though. That's going on his.
Yeah, fuck it.
Tree goes on the house.
I also have to clean these gutters. You see these pine needles that build up in the gutter?
Oh my! I hate that. I have a personal enemy with fucking pine needles.
Joe, Joe, you should really start a vlogging series of you like doing handiwork around the house.
Yeah, it would be called Moron Does Stuff.
Yes,
Yeah,
that would
those
be a
trees are
brilliant
big, eh?
title, Joe. People would watch it.
I mean, I'm trying to think of what I've done. I've done a bunch of stupid shit, but I've done a lot. I'm installing the windows next week. I found a sale at Home Depot for $50 for the venting windows, and basically I'm just measuring. I'm putting some mortar in there and some brick. And I'm just pounding them in there, and I'm gonna fucking detail it. And the left window is broken, but there's wood there, but you can't get to it because the porch is in the way of the wood. So I was like, well, that's no good. So I'm just going to fucking cement the whole thing and close it in and get rid of it. Fuck having a window there in the basement. I mean, there's already 3 other windows.
Is that legal, though? Because sometimes you got to have those window accesses.
I think it's okay because there's 4 other ones that are accessible. There's just the 5th one that I just want to get rid of because I'm just going to seal it. It's already sealed with wood now.
Are you talking about that little window that you popped the old cunt out of? Was that the one you
What the fuck, dude? I love you, Tommy.
I think he's referring to the bathroom window.
And also, like, what was it? TM something guy?
TSS?
TSS. He did a video of you being Mr. Rogers and yelling out, cunt!
That's awesome that he did that. Cause,
Joe, I just have a brilliant title comedy video. It says Joe does electric work, and all the video is you getting electrocuted and shot backwards.
There's actually a lot of electrical work that needs to be done here. Luckily, Leah's dad is a veteran electrician. So
damn it,
he's got that all solved.
Tommy actually wanted to legit see you electrocuted.
Yeah, he wanted to see me die.
No. Okay,
you said, "Damn it! Come on!"
Electrocuted. A little tiny shock are getting shot backwards, and then getting up, and your hair is just poof. Okay.
You
I don't mean you to die from the electrocution, but I do want to see you sort of, experience some sort of convulsion. Hey, Tommy. I guess that's not a no.
Yeah, right. It's fucked up, dude.
I mean, people. It's funny how people laugh at
Case
pain. It's like anybody like getting hurt or something. People find it to be hilarious. People find people like riding a bike and they go over the handles and they hit their face, and I'm like, why are you laughing at that? That person just lost their teeth. Like they are eating the concrete. They are busting their face up, and you think that's funny.
I bet Muammar Gaddafi didn't find it very funny.
Yeah, right. He loved it. He loved it. Yeah, no, it's
The face is so stupid.
You like that face? My face is weird. I can go.
That face is like, I like cum.
I can.
That's what that face is.
What?
What the fuck?
What?
Jeez.
Yeah, I can. That's like.
Where did that come from?
I can go from making like a very normal face to being horrific.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, Tommy.
Woo! Sorry, I apologize.
Tommy, we painted the room. I painted it this color. Look at it. Like that color?
Pink.
Oh, it's not a red room?
No, I wanted it. Leah wanted it red. And I said no.
Is that the room that you drink cum in?
See what I did there?
Yeah, I get
Red
it.
rum.
You fuck. This is
Rum
before
cum.
this is before the carpets though. Somebody wanted
Those
to
are
see the
nice.
pictures.
That's a nice color though.
Yeah,
Joe, did you put carpeting in there because of the winter time? Because it would like the floors get cold.
Yeah, the upstairs we carpeted. Like this is the carpet. See that? Oh, this is all flipped the wrong way. But maybe I flip it this way. There we go.
Red rum.
See, that's all carpeted now. It's a nice. That's the upstairs. Very nice. It's very nice. People wanted to see it. It's very nice. Here's the staircase. Why does it keep doing that? Like making it go this way. There it is.
Damn, you guys have been busy. That's a lot of painting.
Oh, dude, the paint. I never want to paint again. I never want to paint ever again.
You don't want me to paint. I will lose my shit in like 5 minutes. I have no patience for it.
Oh, I'm an artiste. I could do
Hamza's
that
uncle-
professionally.
Yeah.
Hamza's uncle is a professional painter. The guy that you got, it's kind of like strange on my videos.
Hazmat? Yeah.
This is the room. Hazmat.
What did you just say?
Hazmat.
Rose?
Hazmat.
This is the water shut off on the left in the office that I'm in right now. The water shut off is randomly in here. Like
Oh,
it just
God.
pops up randomly in the wall right there. Like what the
Next
fuck?
thing you know, you hear
Those great surprises. You know, those old houses sometimes have like the weirdest sort of hookups and stuff, and
Yeah.
you just got to deal with them, or tear out a wall to fucking fix them.
Well, when I found it, I was like, wow, look at that. See, like here's the office. This is where I'm sitting right now. So there's more room obviously over there and around, and then there's the door right there where there's a closet. A lot of people have seen it, but like we didn't know this place existed. We didn't know this office existed. When we first looked at the house, we found this room, and I was like, oh my god, like there's this too. This is what we needed. I thought I had to build
Joe's
a shed.
glory hole.
Yeah, dude. Oh
God.
man. Fucking if only. That'd be great. I'd love that. Anytime I could just peek it in with Leah. Go ahead, Leah. Look at this.
Hey, Leo, stand up there real quickly.
Well, Leah said it was your room, so technically you could drill a hole in the wall and use it at your leisure.
Right. We ate dinner for the first time at a table. That was amazing. Like, I mean, we always usually just eat on the floor somewhere.
And were the kids digging it? Like, are they
Yeah.
keen on the whole table idea and the family dinner?
I mean, Gavin wasn't at first. He was like, "What? I want to take my food and go watch Xbox. Like, what the fuck is this?"
What is this concept of a table?
But I was like, "No. The one thing we're doing is when we got food done, you sit at this table, and that's it. Like, that's the one thing we're doing. You can do whatever after or whatever, but for at least 5 to 15 to 20, whatever it takes." Like, you're gonna sit at this table at least, and they were cool with it. Even Gavin, even Gavin's cool with it. It's so he's pretty good.
He doesn't look very cool in that photo. He's like,
oh, he was just focused on eating. He was like, like I want this food. I've been waiting for soup
you
all day.
caught that at the right moment because it looks like he's like, I don't know how to use this thing called a table.
Yeah, what is this? He's like leaning over. Yeah. You're dead. You're dead on with that.
Dad, how do I
table?
Dad, how do I table?
Look at my fire pit. It's the most pathetic little tiny fire pit ever that I bought. I'm gonna
What
build.
are you talking
it's
about,
so
pathetic?
cute.
Dude?
It's
First
so
of all,
small.
that's a great platform. I used to have a fire pit in
gonna
my
build one.
backyard, and it was more on sort of stone and dirt. But like this, you've got a beautiful area.
I'm gonna build one. I think too.
Tommy, what you know about glory holes, you don't jerk it.
Well, I'm so old school. That's correct. But you know what? Even
I
though
will say this. I'll tell you a funny story.
you know what though, Tommy. Even though he made fun of you there with the glory, you don't masturbate. Well, it's not even making fun of you. That's just a fact, right? But at least you can know that even though he said that he did donate $5, and you can feel good that all this stuff I'm showing you about my house, I might be able to keep it all because this guy donated. So there you go, Tommy. Thank you, Tommy.
You could make that area so beautiful. You could have some potentially tiki torches. You could have like just poles there and string like Christmas lights and make it a little enclosure. You could do so, and you've got a lot of patio area to have like a bunch of benches and seats. Like it's beautiful.
Dave, look at this. This is what I'm talking. Look at this fucking thing.
Jesus Christ, that's huge.
I'm going to destroy Joe Cronin's house.
That's not. That
I'm
doesn't look
gonna
like a
tip
pine.
over.
It might not. It's pine needles. I don't know what it is. Dude, 3. Not only like if that whole thing came down, not only does one hit, like, but all 3 of them hit.
The house is basically
Bye.
sandwiched.
You're fucking dead if this thing comes down.
He's fucking dead.
I mean, like you are just fucking dead if that.
What about Joe Cronin? He's fucking dead.
No, but seriously, look at the amount of wood that you could get off of that tree. Like,
Yeah.
who knows if maybe a company will actually sort of compensate the price by taking that wood and sort of buying it from you. Like, that's a lot of wood.
Dave, are you trying to
Maybe.
compensate for something?
That's what she said.
That may be true. All Gavin cares about is his video game. He's like, let me go show you Terraria and what I did and everything. I'm like, cool. Leah's loving it, Dave. I got to tell you, man. She's baking stuff. She's cooking dinners. She wasn't kidding.
Isn't it nice to have a kitchen that like you can move around in and be able to cook and not bump into things? And
So Leah's bringing you down like cookies and stuff like that now, like when you're doing shows.
Yeah, like there's just stuff going on.
That's awesome.
She's like, I'm happy you gave me a house.
Yeah, and I tell everybody about this because it's like I want people to know like what, especially the people that donated and shit. I want people to feel this like goodness, like you guys made this happen. So it's like fucking cheesy. I'm drinking right now, but it's like you did this.
This tells you that, you know, you even if you get fired from your job, that you could still look towards like YouTube or Patreon, and you could become something.
Well, maybe not if
it's not just that though. It's about dedication. It's the dedication that Joe showed was paid off by the fact that people recognized that and, you know, invested in him. It's not like Joe's like, oh, just pay me money, you know. He focused and he accomplished, and people recognize that, and that's why they want to, you know, support him for it. So I don't think it's the way that you said, Tommy.
Yeah, it's because then anybody could just be like, oh, I lost my job, I'm gonna jump on YouTube now.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not what happened, you know. But I was lucky.
I got an ingrown toenail. Give me money. You know, no,
Look at this
it doesn't
table,
work
man.
that way.
Look at my kid's hair is a fucking craziness.
You on that dark?
Look at that. Look at the kitchen. See, like we got plenty of room.
birthday
We had no room
to
before.
you.
We had no room before in the other place. We invited my mom over. Brenna got to have her birthday in the new house.
She's 3 now?
Yeah, she's pumped up. We're telling her to not tell anybody her wish. She starts silently saying her wish out loud. We're like, don't say your wish out loud. So like,
You gonna blow?
she's Gavin goes, you gonna blow it or what?
Blow them all. Get them all out.
Get it.
Look at Finn, even he's like, come on.
I want cake.
I'm like,
Use
what?
all your power and blow that out. There you go.
That was Finn. Dude, his hair. Look at his curly. Like, what is going on with his hair? It's crazy. It's amazing.
Where's the one in the kitchen?
But yeah, anyway, I wanted to share that because that's how happy we were the last couple of days. So it's pretty fucking awesome.
Joe,
so.
who do you look like more, your father or your mother?
I was adopted.
Oh, okay.
You knew that, Tommy.
I keep forgetting.
You
Sorry.
knew that.
But let's go. Do you want to?
Awkward.
But I will say, let's go take a look. I will pull their photo up, and I can let people decide. Since I'm, knowing I'm adopted, we can pull up my mother and my father's wedding photo or something that I think I do have. And you can decide who do I look more like, even though... Because I've had people, like, we've actually had people, me and my mom go in places, and people go, wow, you guys look so alike, I can tell. Like, you're so look alike. And I'm like, man, I always want to say, like, oh, no, or but whatever. It's like a fate thing, though. It's, like, weird. It's if you believe in that type of whatever. It's kind of cool. I mean, but then there's other people that doesn't make any sense. They don't look like anything like their mother. What, they don't have fate? It doesn't make any sense. But, yeah. Oh, yeah, here it is. Okay, so here's my dad and my mom. And I was adopted, so, but I really do kind of look like them. So it's weird. People really just like, oh, yeah, that's your kid. But now that's my mother when she was young, and my dad, So what do you think, Tommy?
I definitely see some of you. I definitely see some of your dad in you.
Right. I've been told
If
that.
you had I definitely think that you probably look good with a mustache. Of course, he had like a thicker 80s mustache.
Yeah, I'll never get that. I'll never get that going.
That's more like kind of a 80s porn mustache, honestly.
My mom's looking like shining here. My mom is like glowing right here. It's pretty great.
Yeah, I'll tell you, you kind of look like
that?
your dad.
What was that, Drew?
You look like your dad, and your mother kind of looks like Leah.
Well, then maybe that's why I want. That's why I want a piece of Leah. I was like, damn, you look like my.
I can. I can see where people can say that your dad looks like you. The forehead, for example, the eyes where they're set and stuff, and the nose. So, yeah, I mean, despite being adopted, I can see where people sort of get that vibe when you've experienced that.
Yeah.
Bulldog Club says,
me and my biological mother, they say I look like my mother.
Yeah, you really, I can see that too. I can even see like your dad and your mom and you. It's very strange, but it's true.
I have his eyes, apparently.
Honestly, my mom didn't have a bat tattoo though. That's the only thing. If only she had that bat.
No, but like the white suit though, that's like, I mean, that's classy, but that's also ballsy because I mean, I wouldn't trust myself wearing a white suit because I'd get it stained. Like, I mean, what year was that?
Hamza's father, I've seen pictures of him. They like those two are identical, but he passed away a while back ago.
I think it was that's too bad. That was 1976 or something. 1970. So disco was going on.
The dark ages of fashion.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm gonna rock this white suit, man. Disco's going on.
Hey, if you can pull it off, go for it. But I just wouldn't trust myself with that.
Well, I think.
Tommy should definitely not wear white.
Tommy should wear
a whole white suit, honestly.
Tommy, you should wear.
You're gonna get a stain with mustard or fucking chocolate.
Tommy, how did you learn what a glory hole was?
Ooh, that's a good point. That's a great point. I'm so old school. How does he know what that
movies
is?
And shit like that. Like, what do you expect?
Porno movies?
No.
Speaking of which, whatever happened to you, Dave, not having sex a few years ago, Dave? Lol.
Well, he changed that. He was waiting for the right time. I think.
Indeed.
Dickie Nas. Look up the Tantra or Tantric.
Exactly.
Dickie Nas, thank you for the 316. We got some more coming in. Maybe that was it. Maybe that was the last one. All right, I think we're going to end the show because this went way later than ever.
I had a lot of fun, actually, to be quite honest. This is a good show.
I really did, too. These I've been saying it for a couple months that Throwdown has been rivaling Monetize This. There's been a few Throwdowns that have been better. And I like the idea that it's an alternative to the monetize this setting, but also different than Corrupted, because Corrupted's 3 guys talking, and that's about it. This still has the donations and the interaction, but it's got that old school vibe.
You know what? It's feeling old school monetize this Wednesday night feel.
Yeah, when we're on Wednesdays. Yep.
And it's got a different vibe, but it's still a good vibe, and fuck, everyone's enjoying it, and we're getting good interaction in the chat, and you guys took my call, which is cool. So, I had a good night.
Yeah, I want to thank Drew for committing to hanging out, even though we had the Skype problems, kind of put a damper on everything. But then we came back, and Dave for calling up, and Tommy for being hanging in and doing what he always does, right? And everybody, man, I really want to thank you guys. Had a good night. And tomorrow night I'll monetize this. I hope everybody shows up and has a good time tomorrow night. I'll monetize this. And we're on the road to 200, and people are going to be invited to the house. So hopefully we'll have kind of a beer pong tournament in person in the house. We'll see what's going on. Maybe Dave can fly in from Canada, and me and Ken can fuck him in the bathroom. But anyway, I will hang up on the Skype call, and I will really get out of here. But yeah, thank you, gentlemen, for joining me and for having a good time. Thank you for helping me.
Anytime. Cheers.
Thanks for taking my call.
All right, I'll talk to you guys soon.
Have a good night.
All right,
Later.
good night. Tommy NC 2010 channel, Devious Dave Rose, Drew the Gatekeeper of Derailed on the weekends, and I had a good time, man. And goodbye, guys. Love you. Kisses. Oh, fuck me. And that's it, man. I'm ready to get out of here. Go hit the fire pit and light myself on fire. Thank you for the support tonight, guys. You guys, obviously, if the show wasn't doing well, we probably wouldn't do it. But it's doing good enough that we can keep doing these throwdowns, I think. And, fuck. I'm babbling on because I drank a whole glass of wine. And I'm kind of fucking feeling a bit fruity right now. I feel like a fucking full-blown fruitcake. Anything in the chat that I missed? I don't fucking know. I'll see you guys tomorrow night for Monetize This on the Joe Cronin Show channel. YouTube.com/Joe Cronin Show. Monetize This tomorrow night. 100, is it episode 197 or 198? I don't know. But we're close to 200. I know that. We're getting there. I'm so old school. Thank you, man. Broken Lion, what's up? Dial it up. Good night, everybody.
And I will throw down, knock your lights out.